How is it going, everyone? Happy Saturday yet again. Here we are again. I wore this shirt because it has Dixie on it, but you probably can't see her most of the time. I don't have very many shirts with Dixie on it, unfortunately. This might be my only one, which is a shame because, I don't know, I feel like there need to be more Dixie shirts out there. I have lots with Donkey Kong, and I have lots with Diddy Kong, and I have lots with K. Rool, but I don't have a lot of Dixie shirts, unfortunately. I know. Look, if there were more Dixie shirts I knew about, I would buy them. You know what? Give me just a dang second. I am going to get my N64 controller off the floor back there. Why is it back there? Oh, speaking of which, though, I did some reorganizing in my room. I cleaned out my closet with Victor's help, and we got rid of, just some, stuff that was in there, just, some old boxes and things, and then I also took the time to reorganize my Donkey Kong tribute shelf a little, which you can't really see, but hold on. You can see it better there. Okay, so top shelf. I'm gonna need a new shelf eventually. Hopefully I'll get more stuff and I won't be able to contain it all in just one segment of the shelf back there. But you can see my probably can't really see it. Hold on, maybe if I do the close-up thing. Yeah, you see my Dixie Lego that I put together on stream a long time ago is there. I guess I don't need to be hiding. It's reversed. I can never tell because I'm not pointing at it in real life. I'm pointing to the ceiling, but on the screen I am now pointing to it. You can see my Dixie Lego that I have. And there's a little Dixie figure that I have right there. You probably can't even tell what that is, but that is a tiny little Dixie Kong. Yeah. And then my magazine that I got, that I showed last time, the DKC2 Nintendo Power is up there now. All the instruction manuals and all my cartridges that I have that are signed are there. And then just Donkey Kong Bonanza because I just want it to be there. But yeah, my little Donkey Kong shrine that I have of the extra important stuff. I don't have all the stuff there. I don't have my cartridges of the land games or whatever because there's no place to put them, but eventually I hope that I will need to claim one of these other shelving cubes and move the amiibos or whatever else other shit is there off. And when I will have more Donkey Kong merch and stuff to collect someday. Once the movie comes out or whatever. You know what? Yeah, I've just bought the Dixie Kong merch I can get my hands on because I hate her so much. No, Dixie Kong is my favorite Kong, if you didn't know that. I know we're here. I know I'm a Kremling, so, it's a little scandalous to have a favorite Kong, but I do, and it's Dixie Kong. And my second favorite Kong is Chunky Kong. And my third favorite Kong is Cranky Kong. And then after that, I don't know. Yeah, when the little Funky Kong figurine comes out, I might get that one. I want to get the Rambi one, for sure. I love Rambi. I got the Rambi Lego up there, too. My car is actually named Rambi, so I want to try to, get the Rambi figure and maybe, stick it to the dashboard. I'll have to, use sticky tack or something, because otherwise he's just going to get, flung all over the place when I'm driving, and I don't want that. I actually have two little Rhino, Beanie Babies on either side of the dashboard, the Rhino Beanie Baby that's named Spike. I had one, and then I went to, a garage sale, and they had another Beanie Baby collection, and they had another Spike, so I got another Spike, put him on the other side. But that was the closest I had. Alright, you're just gonna miss the manual, probably. We'll probably get through the entirety of the manual in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing the music again. Alright, and I'm going to put the manual on screen. Wait, why would Hyle be against Plush Rambi? Like, oh, I see what you're doing there. You're making a posh Rambi joke. But no, I want there to be a Rambi that looks like the ones that like they have on the racing layer. Like they've got those like Rambi toys there. I want that in real life. Like they're teasing us. Yeah, you know, I've spent my whole life practicing my cranky voice, which is totally not just like the teen girl squad voice. Now, Cranky's horrible, but he is very funny and consistently brings so much humor and personality to the games where he's allowed to shine. So can't help but love that old man, you know. All right. So the only way I could find this was like in a collection of all of these other, like this whole collection of Game Boy manuals here. There we go. That should work pretty well, I think. Okay, so. Alright, Diver, see you in a bit. So, here's my history with this game before we get into the manual. So, as I've talked about before, when I was a kid, I had a Game Boy Color, and the only games I ever had for it were Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Silver, and Pokemon Pinball. That's it. That's all I wanted. I was a very cost-efficient child because once my parents bought me that handheld, turns out that all I needed was Pokemon games because I just put hours and hours and hours and hours into them, and I did not need or want anything else. So I didn't ask for anything else. I wasn't like, ooh, I want to play a Mario game or a Donkey Kong game on the Game Boy, because, you know, I had them on the Super Nintendo, and that was, you know, I didn't grow up with, like, playing platformers on the Game Boy, and frankly, from what I had ever seen of them, I just didn't really want to, so I never was, like, asking for that kind of stuff. I just played Pokemon games, and I was happy. And I never even had a Game Boy Advance. I just, I didn't have another, like, dedicated handheld at all until, basically, like, I grew up with my Game Boy Color from when I was, like, 7 to, I don't know, 7 or 8 to, like, I would play it all the way till I was, like, maybe, like, 12 or 13 or something. I would go back and revisit the Pokemon games. And then I didn't have another handheld all the way until, like, graduated high school, which is when I used some of my graduation money to buy myself a DS, when it had already been out for a few years. So, yeah, I never had a GBA, and I essentially never had a Game Boy, honestly, except for Pokemon. So all of these games that other people might have grown up with, your Link's Awakenings, your Donkey Kong Lands, your Mario Lands, your Wario Lands, whatever, I've just discovered them as an adult. So Victor at some point bought me all of the Donkey Kong Land trilogy, like years and years ago. And I ended up playing Donkey Kong Land and Donkey Kong Land 2 on my stream in its very, very early days, and never got around to Donkey Kong Land 3. I don't know, just didn't get around to it. Until, Rule-a-thon, which was when K. Rool was announced for Smash, that December before Smash Ultimate actually released. I decided to lead up to it by playing every game with K. Rool in it that I had never played in my life before. So I was like, well, I think Donkey Kong Land was the first one I did, because it was chronologically the first one, you know, and then I ended up getting to King of Swing and Jungle Climber, which I had also never played before. Yeah, the infamous Jungle Climber final boss incident, and then Mario's Super Sluggers and Barrel Blast were the other two. There were 5 total, and at that time I did not own either of those games. I actually do own King of Swing and Jungle Climber via the Wii U Virtual Console. So, I do own them like, Victor got me the real copies, and I do own them in person now, but technically I did own them at the time. I wasn't, like, illegally playing them or whatever. I bought them on the Virtual Console, and you know what? That worked fucking really well. And that's how probably I intend to just play them again. When we get there, I'm gonna have to hook up the Wii U for the first time in years. But, yeah, so the only ones I didn't own at the time were Barrel Blast and Super Sluggers, which I did borrow from Gibbon. But this time, I do own at least Barrel Blast, and maybe I'll own Sluggers by the time we get there, so... Anyway, point is, I hadn't played this game until 2018. And you know what? I like this game. You know, I was complaining a lot about Donkey Kong Land 2 and how it's basically just Donkey Kong Country 2, but worse. But this game is... It's kind of the same thing. It's basically just Donkey Kong Country 3 with more, you know, like... Same level archetypes, like, same basic idea, but... This game is just very silly at the same time. Like, they just kind of went off the rails with naming the levels weird stuff that's, like, pop culture references, and I don't know, there's just something about this game that I really like, even though it's, like, objectively probably not really any better or much better than Donkey Kong Land 2, but I just have this, like, maybe it's just the period of my life in which I played it, but I have, like, a really strong affection for it. You know, maybe because I just played it when I was waiting for Smash Ultimate to come out, but, like, I'm really fond of this game. It does have a, yes, we will get into the semi-unique plot. So I'm really excited to get back to this game, and to play it again. So let's get started by... Oh, and I will be playing it on the Super Game Boy again, because I did test it, and not only do I know that it holds a battery save, because my data was still there from the last time I played it, so that's good. But I actually did play the first 2 levels last night and make a save just to make sure it would save, and it did. So. Alright, so we got our wonderful manual here. By the way, the cover art of this game, it really highlights the fact that the Cocos have the, like, it's not their nose, it's like they have, like, a weird, their nose is fused to their lip, and it's more like a cold sore situation. It really, like, puts the focus on that. So, they are pretty scary. Like, if I was Dixie, I would also be swimming away as quickly as possible from these fish. Like, they are pretty freaky. And, it kind of looks like this Crumple is just, like, pushing Kitty into the water. It's like, get in there, kid, it's time to learn to swim. He's just, kind of, like... I know it's probably that just Kitty's trying to, like, get away from him, but it kind of looks like he's just, like, pushing him in. Love me that Rareware logo down there. Alright, so this game kind of has a weird, like, time theme going for it, and that will become very obvious when we play the Super Game Boy version, because the border is just all, like, clocks. And, K. Rool is a speedrunner, but we'll find that out at the very end. So here's the thing about the plot. It doesn't really make sense. It does have a unique plot, which makes me kind of comfortable in saying that this is a true sequel to Donkey Kong Country 3. Like, this is truly an event that actually happened. But I guess we'll reconcile this as we play it, maybe, and by the end we'll be able to make a little more sense out of it, but it also, like, doesn't entirely make sense. So I'll just read the plot out. The race against time. Usually one of the most restful and laid-back places imaginable, Donkey Kong Country had become a hive of activity in recent days. This, following the announcement of a contest to find the fabled lost world that had dominated the legends of the area for centuries. Would-be explorers rushed in from all over the world to seize this long-awaited chance at fame and fortune. DK and Diddy were one of the first to get caught up in the craze. Okay, so our first problem here is, like, what lost world are they talking about? Like, you know, we had the Kremling Lost World, that shit don't exist anymore. Are they talking about Krematoa? Because, like, we just found that. Like, I think Dixie and Kitty have won the race because they literally just found it, so I guess this is like a separate third special Lost World that we haven't found yet, because I don't remember in the game if it is Krematoa or if it's something else. So for now we're gonna go with the idea that this is just an extra special Lost World, not the previous two that we found already, but just a new one. Yeah, like Donkey Kong Country is the whole region, I guess. It encompasses like Donkey Kong Island, the Northern Hemisphere, what we might consider the rare archipelago, perhaps. Yeah, they opened the theme park. That's the real reason people from around the world are coming in. But anyway, this is well, I'll just read the next paragraph before we talk about it. This left Dixie quite literally holding the baby. She sighed, looking down at Kitty, the massive toddler who skipped along through the jungle at her side. Man, everyone sighs when looking down at Kitty. Normally she had no objections to babysitting Kitty, but what if she wanted to enter the competition herself? Nobody had even bothered considering that, of course. And why not? Hadn't she done just as much as Diddy in getting DK back from the Kremlings? Of course she had. But then, she was only a girl, right? Come on, Kitty, she said firmly, changing her course to lead them to the shore. It's about time we showed them we're every bit as good as they are. He might not have had much of an idea of what was going on, but clearly Kitty knew the makings of a good adventure. Cheering heartily, he bounced along in Dixie's wake as she disappeared into the depths of the jungle. Alright, so this game is even a little more forthright in addressing the fact that people, some of the other Kongs perhaps, still don't necessarily view Dixie as an equal, even despite everything she did in Donkey Kong Country 2. And really, and I guess it makes sense because this is probably being developed at the same time as Donkey Kong Country 3, but I guess in the sense of like making a Game Boy version that is similar to the SNES game, but not exactly, it almost posits as like a alternate universe sort of situation instead of a direct sequel to Country 3, because here we see that Dixie still has to like try and prove herself, and that doesn't really make sense if this is like after Country 3. Like, she and this baby literally just saved both DK and Diddy's asses, so it doesn't really make sense that she would still have to prove herself yet another time. So the plot really frames it as if this is something that might have happened instead of DKC3, or I don't know if this would really make sense to say it was like a prequel. Maybe we can say it actually happened before Donkey Kong Country 3, I don't know. But, I guess that's something we'll kind of keep in mind and discuss as it goes on. Because, as it is now, if we say this is like a sequel to DKC3, the Kongs are just like hella misogynistic and like very stubborn. They're like, okay, you may have saved Donkey Kong like twice, but I mean, you're still just a girl though. Like, you still gotta babysit Kitty. It's like, alright, guys. How much does it take? No wonder Dixie Kong fucking didn't come back for DK64. She's like, what do I have to do at this point? I don't even care. You guys are on your own. Yeah, we need the, this is the, something about the fall of Crocodile Isle, the timeline split off there. Alright, well, I do have the Super Game Boy, so that's what I'm going to be using, and it's nice that it tells me how to use it. By the way, so right, the Japanese version of this game, there's like a Game Boy Color version of it that is only in Japan, I think, and it has more, you know, like, coloration to it. And I think there's like a ROM hack to combine that coloration with like the English version of the game. Now, I thought about looking into that when we got here, but then I decided I'll just play my actual cartridge on my actual Super Game Boy for the most authentic experience, as I wanted to do for Donkey Kong Land, and I did, and as I wanted to do for Donkey Kong Land 2, and I did, until I realized it can't hold a save, so we had to pivot to the Switch version. But yeah, the Queen Lord. Okay, well, I don't really need to know about all. I just want to say I like the graphic design here. I like the dotted lines that kind of go crazily out to show you all the different stuff. Kitty just like coming in from the side, just like lurking there on the side, just like watching you. We actually do have a Super Game Boy 2 as well, but I'm just using the normal one. I don't think this one is quite as copy-pasted as, like, Land 2's is from Country 2's. I think the phrasing is like a little different. I think Lee Loveday wrote this. I know he was involved with the game itself. And he would go on to write the Donkey Kong 64 manual, which is great. I can't wait to get to that one. That one's a piece of work for sure. So yeah, this one is this game's story is all about just finding the lost world, and like DK and Diddy have gone off on their own to do it. They are not like missing, they haven't been kidnapped or anything like that. And I guess that like K. Rool is also just trying to find it, even though I guess it's not Kermitoa, because like he definitely found he actually would be the winner there. Like I said that if it was a race that Dixie and Kitty would have won, but K. Rool would have won. Like he was there already. Or Boomer Bear would have been the winner, I guess. I don't know if Boomer or Baron K. Roolenstein got there first. Imagine, like, this grand race, this grand competition or whatever to find the Lost World. And the winner is Boomer Bear! Yay! We love you, Boomer Bear! Okay, Boomer. Now, this game only has one bear in it, by the way. Yeah, this game was the original Uncharted. So, Ellie the Elephant, who we'll see in Bonanza in just a few days. This hefty young herbivore is fast and strong. Ellie has the ability to shoot water at the baddies. On guard, using his incredible swimming ability and his sharp build to knock out enemies, On guard is a great friend to have on your side. I agree. I love him. Yeah, I guess, is like, Boomer disqualified if he already found it in advance? That's kind of not fair. Squawks the parrot, the egg-spitting Squawks returns from previous adventures to lift Dixie Kong and Kitty Kong to higher ground. And Squitter, his webs can take out most baddies with ease. His web platforms create stepping stones across gaps that would normally be impassable. Now, notice who's not here! That's right. Our friend Perry the Parallel Bird, unfortunately, did not make it. You know, Alterm 1 salute for Perry. He did not make it back. He's flying above us in heaven, I guess. He died. Goodbye, Perry. Yeah, Perry's... Dang. Yeah, K. Rool wins in this game. I love it. And Boomer is the one who did issue the challenge, so I'm just imagining, like, Boomer putting a medal around K. Rool's neck. Good for him. Perish the Parallel Bird. You'll have to defeat a Kremling named coin to get this golden treasure. You haven't really finished the level until you've collected the DK coin. Yeah, you thought you beat the level? Well, fucking go back, you idiot. Did you miss the coin? You're not done yet. The sign indicates that your animal friend cannot continue beyond this point. If you try to go past, he'll simply disappear. But Ellie is immune, because Ellie is not a he. So you know what? Ellie can just go by just fine. Women win again. This booster barrel, that I thought there was like they randomly put a mountain in the background of it, but that's just like the fire shooting out. It's a little hard to tell when it's in black and white sometimes. Alright. Now here's... Why does it say Kremlins? Wait, hold on. Wait. I know the game says Kremlins too, sometimes, but it says Kremlings here, okay? It's in the contents, it says Kremlings. Alright. The good old Kremlin. You'll encounter hordes of enemies during your fantastic adventure. And here's the crew, which should be spelled with a K. Cobble is just a standard Kremling baddie, a real pushover. This guy, what a joke. Man, remember the player's guide was like, Cobble is like so underappreciated. You gotta put some respect on his name. And this one's like, nah, let's be real, he sucks. Yo, nice dude. I mean, it's kind of how they say it in the original DK rap too. You know, they just leave the G off because that's the casual slangy way to say it. You know. Crimp is a sharp-toothed snapper who goes for players' heels. And Crumple is a real tough guy among the Kremlings. Don't take him head on. Copter is a propeller-wielding baddie that can dive from the skies to attack. Copter, my beloved, glad you made it back in. Bazooka. He's armed with a powerful launcher that can fire just about anything. Clasp is an exclusive rope baddie who shimmies towards the players. Recoil. His springy tail can propel him towards players at great speed. And Kachukka is a cowardly character who hides in his barrel throwing bombs. I don't know, I think if you're, like, in a barrel of bombs, that's not cowardly, that's pretty brave. Like, you gotta hope that those bombs don't go off while you're in there. Now notice who is not on these pages, and I assume is just not in the game, and they didn't just forget. Carbine, that's right. The Kremlings have overthrown their vicious, union-busting mechanical owls, and, now they can take bathroom breaks as much as they want, and as long as they want, without getting blasted with the Cheeto Pup. Any DK-related hard question? I'd have to think about that. I mean, there could be a lot of potential things. Oh, yeah, that too. Actually, Cuff and Cloud aren't here. You know what? I don't want to celebrate too much, because I don't want to be rude to all the Cuff and Cloud, all the blowjob bros lovers out there, but, you know, I'm not shedding a tear for them, if I'm honest. Sneak. Defeat this rat baddie before he defeats you. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's just how baddies work in video games. Like, that's nothing special about that, Sneak. Don't pat yourself on the back. Like, you better get this guy before he gets you instead. Alright, thanks. Oh no, Cuff and Clout themselves are like, they're right behind me, aren't they? Bristles, tough baddies with a prickly back. Defeat these guys only from the front. Not when they're rolling, though. Buzz, his buzzsaw protects his whole body from attack. Coco, clownfish that patrols the waters on DK Island. Okay, so we're not on DK Island, whatever, but maybe they're over there too. Bounty bass, defeat this gluttonous fish if you get a chance. Was the first E10 game, was it Donkey Kong Country? I feel like I should know that for sure, but, you know, or was it, like, I don't know, I was kind of babby at the time, so. Alright, well, that is the manual. Exciting. Was it Jungle Beat? I don't know, I never paid too much attention to game ratings as long as they weren't, like, because then if I was a kid I wouldn't have been able to play it. My parents wouldn't let me, not that I was really looking for games. Oh, Skidda's not here. Yeah, I don't know if there's maybe some guys that just didn't make it into the manual but are still in the game. Or if this is just everybody, I don't know. Poor Skidda. Skidda just skidded right out of there. Nice, it is Jungle Beat. Okay, well then that makes sense that I wouldn't know because I am not specifically a huge Jungle Beat fan, although I have played it. You know, I've given it its chance. I don't like the bongos because I got tender, squishy little hands and the bongos hurt my hands. Alright, we're gonna play the game now. But give me just a minute. I am going to change my camera over to the other position. Stuff to cut out of the YouTube video, yay! Speaking of YouTube videos, keep an eye out for the Bonanza-versary. Oh, nice. What did you get? I wish I could scoot back far enough so that you could actually see that, like, Dixie was on this shirt, but I'd have to be, like, all the way back here. Can you even hear me? I'm like, I'm so far away from you right now. The chat, it's like, guys, I can barely see you. Maybe I'll stay back here, I don't know. Nice, I was just talking about getting a Beanie Baby at a garage sale just like 20 minutes ago. Essen, I was talking about it 20 minutes ago, not that it happened right before I started streaming or something. Okay, you know what? I'll stay back here. We'll see how it goes then. Wait, it refers to Kitty as a great blob of flesh? No, it does. What? Hold on. Well, it says he bounced along. Is that what you're thinking of? Like, that kind of implies that he's, like, rubbery or something. That he's just, Okay, here's what it refers to as Kitty. The massive toddler. Yeah, maybe that's on the part where it talks about Kitty. Hold on. Because I kind of skipped past that. Not really. Did... Okay. No, this manual is not quite so mean to Kitty as the DK64 manual will be to his brother. Wait, it says that in Country 3's manual? Okay, you find that exact phrasing for me when you get a chance. You know what, Kitty? You may be a great blob of flesh. Emphasis on the great. Okay, so, like, the way Dixie's hat is, yeah. I told you about the clock border. I don't know, it makes me kind of nervous. It's like... time's ticking. What you actually need is, like, that... Remember that, like, skit they did? I think it was for, like, Yokai Watch in a Nintendo Direct once, where, like, Reggie was, like, pointing at his watch and, like, doing that dance. He was like... They just need a gif of that, like, in the corner as well, at all times when you're playing this game. But yeah, the title screen makes it look like, I don't know, Dixie's hat has, like, it's so, like, low over her eyes. She already looks like she's a little fed up or something. In fact, she's, like, reaching out behind her so that Kitty can grab her hand and take her hand, but, like, she's also, like, not really waiting for him to do it. She's like, alright, Kitty, hurry up. She's, like, doing the hover hand with Kitty, you know, like when people are on a prom date or something, but they're not officially dating, and then, like, the guy's, like, too nervous to actually touch the girl, and so he's got his, like, hand, like, slightly above her shoulder. That's what she's doing with Kitty, and she's like, I don't really want to hold his hand, so I'll just kind of do it. Alright. I'm gonna turn up the volume just a teensy bit. The 8-bit renditions of these songs, which Evelyn Fisher, now known as Evelyn Novakovic, did herself, are pretty good. So she got to interpret her own music for the Game Boy, and I think it works pretty well. Hey Heffy, you're in for kind of a treat, I guess. I think, so Donkey Kong Land is my favorite of them, just because it's so creative, even though gameplay-wise it is probably the most rough. It just, it has, like, entirely new areas, and it actually adds to the lore, and it has the great fourth wall shattering plot. So it is my favorite, even if it's kind of, like, it does have the cloud levels and all of that, but I forgive it. But this is my second favorite, just because it's silly. Alright, so I have to erase a game, and I frankly do not know how to, there we go. That's so serious. Like, the music cuts out. Delete game. Press start to confirm. Yeah, this was just the one I used last night to test to make sure it would actually save and everything. So, alright. This, I guess, is the one from Rulathon. Which means we really got pretty much everything in the game. Which surprises me, because I was kind of on a time limit, you know, as the border suggests. I think I might have gone back to it at some point or something. But I'm kind of surprised that we would have, gotten that high of a completion. I know when I played Land 2, I had never, like, fully completed that game before until the recent run-through of it. And so, spoiler alert, but there are speedrun tests at the end of this game, and that's the part that I know for sure I didn't actually complete, but I did some of them, which is what these, clocks are, I assume. It's like how many of the, like, speed mode things I did. Hey, what's up? It's Mr. Final Fantasy Civ himself. What's up? Hey, instead of playing Final Fantasy XIV, you could be playing Donkey Kong Land 3. It also has Roman numerals. Alright, bye. Alright, so Cape Codswallop. So pretty much all of the levels, I don't know if there's any levels or even areas in this game that share with the Donkey Kong Country 3 versions. Yeah, I don't... Maybe it was, like, on Rare's website or something. Maybe you just imagined it, I don't know. Maybe you're thinking of the way the DK64 manual talks about Chunky Kong, because that is a lot more accurate. So, as I said before, there's like a lot of pop culture references in this game. I know, okay, Red Wharf, which by the way, in the DK challenge, this is the level from this game that you need to do, which is just the first level, so wow, very challenging. Red Wharf and Red Dwarf is the name of like a British sci-fi show, I think. I actually don't know very much about it other than that it exists, but I have to do some research into it for my upcoming like pop culture and real world historical references in Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Land 3 episode that I'll be doing when we finish this game. So, I will know more about it eventually. Okay, I have to reset my controls because they're like backwards. I don't know what's on type B by default. Like, shouldn't it be on type A by default? We can also change the border if this clock thing is making us too nervous. Yeah, well, that's entirely accurate for Land 2. It is pretty much just Country 2, except infuriating, but this one's decently unique. Wow, I got sneaked already, man. He did defeat me before I could defeat him. This level is called Red Wharf, and at least here it is very red. It kind of makes me, even the water's red. It's kind of scary. It makes me think like this delightful dock has been painted with the blood of everyone that the people were looking for the lost world, and some of them were killed along the way. It's kind of interesting that it was placed just above where your hitbox naturally is, so you had to jump for that one. Nice, got it. The defeat sprite was so good. He's just like, ah! Flying out of there. Of course. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this game has like a Doctor Who reference in it. I don't remember it having one, but... oh. Now, okay, here's the thing. I want you to point this out to me. If there is a pop culture reference in this game, or any kind of reference, and I don't acknowledge it... hey, buddy. Can I just, like, off the... oh. That, like, hit him in the head, but it works. Okay. Take it. Interesting having that song there. But if there's a reference in this game that I don't acknowledge, then I want you to point it out to me, because there may well be stuff that I don't even recognize as supposed to be a reference. Like Seabed Shanty, I think that's just like a, you know, that's just a fun name. It's not a reference to anything in particular, as far as I know. I feel like the music in this game is so quiet. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. When I play like an N64 game, it's usually like really loud, so. So, already having a pure underwater level this early, and I, had to get through this level yesterday just to save, to make sure it would save, and this level is like really kind of long. I'm not looking forward to trying to find the bonuses here. I will say that this music ports over surprisingly well. I remember, I don't know where this came from, but when the GBA version of Donkey Kong Country 3 came out, there was some excuse that went around for like why they made a different soundtrack for it. That was like the GBA couldn't handle like the original soundtrack because it relies on so many like low noises and chords and stuff like that. Now I could believe it because I'm the GBA sound chip's #1 fucking hater, but I think they could have made it work. If they made it work on the like Game Boy, and I think they just wanted to make a new soundtrack because everybody always complained about this game's soundtrack because why didn't Dave Wise make it even though this game's soundtrack is really good? I gotta say, this level is, like, really intense for just... I didn't know that was... I didn't know that was there, dude! What? Why does it go... When you take a warp, there's bonus music? That's kinda sick. I guess... I didn't know that was there. I didn't want to take the warp. I'm looking for the bonuses, but okay. Secret warp, let's go! Well, I gotta go back into Seabed Shanty, but I like a wrinkly refuge. Like she's taking refuge in here from the harsh world outside before she dies. You know, like did they know? Did they know that her that's what the clocks are for? Actually, it's for wrinkly because they when they were making this game, they knew that her time was almost up. Anyway, let's go see Wrinkly while she's still with us. Tea's ready. I'll save your game while you drink it. She is gaming so hard. Look at her. Wait, remember the thing in the background that people told me was a radio, but I thought it was like a keg? It's not there anymore. Sadly. Keep an eye out for those Kremlins. See, there it is. There's my thumbnail, I think, for this. Well, I gotta go back. Ford Knox. Okay, that's a good one. I feel like just about almost, not all of them, but it feels like most levels in this game are some kind of joke. Anyway, try not to take that warp again. Why do I keep playing as Kitty? Look at Kitty's little image in the bottom right there. That's a good kitty face sprite. Kitty Pog. Well, I'm playing as Kitty again now, because the... Did I pass up where On Guard was? I think I might have. Wah! God damn. Anyway, I think what I was saying before I found that warp, much to my surprise, was... This is kind of intense for the second level, you know, like having the Baza level as the second one. They really throw you into the deep end, literally. You can't get too ahead of yourself here, because there are fish coming at you. And the limited screen space, where you can only see like 2 feet in front of you at a given time, is not really... I need to get down there. You see that barrel? Let's see. How do I get over there? Now, I assume you can't just get there, like, oh, if only I had On Guard, I could get down there. I assume I didn't actually need him or anything. Oh, happy birthday, Yokai Watch. No, I have played this one once back in 2018. Cool. Am I ever gonna be able to get to... Maybe that was like the warp. That was like the... No, that wasn't... I don't think it was. I saw that barrel down there, but like it's gonna be a while, I guess, before the game allows me to like go back to where it was. Yeah, this level is a big maze, and finding the bonuses and stuff is going to... I assume there's not a coin in this? Because there's no, dry land areas in this at all. So I guess, some levels just don't have coin in them, because, like, what's he gonna do? I do like the Pokemon soundtracks. Sorry, it's like the opposite. To do his swoop attack is the opposite of what you expect it to be. I've never played Mother 3 yet, so I can't say that. I have like a weird like secondhand nostalgia for the Gen 3 Pokemon soundtracks, because I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have a GBA growing up, but my brother did. So I would like hear him playing the games, and I would get, you know, so like I didn't play any of them myself until I was an adult, and I went back and I played like Emerald, and I played Sapphire actually, because of Team Aqua being like the main villains and stuff. I wanted that version. I also played it in Spanish, so I played Zafiro technically. So yeah, I don't know. I like the Gen 3 Pokemon soundtracks, but I don't know if it'd be like the type of music I would just like listen to in isolation. Those trumpets are very iconic though. And okay, the other one, I don't mention it as much, but the other one is Golden Sun, because I don't even really like Golden Sun that much, like as the game. Sorry, Golden Sun fans. I don't know, I've played better RPGs, but the soundtrack is like actual wizardry. I don't know how Motoi Sakuraba got it to sound so good on the Game Boy Advance, but it's like, it's insane. Oh, the coin is just there. Alright, good. Cool. Golden Sun's soundtrack is like legit incredible. I think I got everything. I could probably just like leave now. But just in case I didn't, I'm gonna go through the rest of the level. Did I ever actually... No, there's another bonus here. Did I ever actually find my way up to that other barrel, which somehow... They showed me, but I don't know how to get to it. Maybe it was earlier in the level from that point? I don't know. Why are these bonuses so demanding? This is way too many stars. Now I don't know where... There it is. Yeah, I will say that, like, you know, when I played Golden Sun, I played it, like, in college, and I didn't actually finish it, and then I went back years later and did finish it. Yo, On Guard can get... He can get the, flags, too. Good for him. There's, like, an innate coziness of playing, like, a pre-rendered game, to me. A game with the sprites that were pre-rendered and then, like, turned into sprites just because of Donkey Kong Country. So... You know, I enjoyed it for that aspect. Anyway, it's about to be break time, so before I jump into the next level, I'll just go ahead and take my break now. Let's go into this level, though, just to see what it's like. Oh, I didn't expect it to be another pier level, but I guess it's over the river. Aha! Oh, we got double paths here. Do you want to take the upper path with the Kongs, or do you want to take the lower path with On Guard? Well, I guess we'll take the On Guard path. It's a little finicky to get... You have to kind of swim through the upper part instead of, like, jumping over. It's weird. Alright, enjoy this music. I'll be back in a few minutes. Sadly, you know, Ungard does not have eyebrows to waggle at you. Hello. 10 seconds left. You know what? I can use my hair to cover up Diddy so he won't steal the spotlight, and then you can only see Radley and hopefully Dixie. Just censor Diddy there. My hair is long enough now that I shouldn't never mind. No, I'll say it. Okay, I call it Eve hair because when I was a kid, at like Sunday school and stuff, whenever there would be pictures of like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden and they were naked, it's just always that like Eve's hair was long enough that it would like come in front and like cover her nipples up. So when my hair got long enough, I started calling it Eve hair. Anyway, now I can use the Eve hair to censor Diddy instead of my nipples. But I got my special drink for today. This was on sale, so I picked it up because it is pineapple coconut water, and I thought that's pretty Donkey Kong themed. And, you know, Pineapple, Chunky Kong, you know, Kitty Kong, it's closely related. I don't know what Kitty's, like, fruit of choice is, just because they're siblings doesn't mean that they like the same things. And also, just because Chunky fires pineapples out of his gun doesn't mean he actually likes pineapples. In fact, maybe he fucking hates pineapples. That's why he fires them at people instead of eating them. But, you know, whatever. Pineapple coconut, that sounds good to me. It's like a pina colada. Let's see what it tastes like, though. Maybe it tastes gross. I think I've brought up the Eve hair thing before, anyway. Yeah, Adam actually had super, super long hair. It went all the way down to his crotch. You know, it tastes good. Honestly, the pineapple is pretty subtle and not overpowering. It kind of just mostly tastes like coconut water with just like a little pineapple in it, which is fine. That's good. Anyway. So anyway, back to the game. And back to talking about GBA soundtracks. So, yeah, that's my main problem with it is, like, okay, for Game Boy soundtracks like this one, they knew the limits, and they knew they were working with this, like, really simple chiptune stuff, and so they really just kind of focused on the melody, and for that reason, when there's, like, interpretations of SNES music, like you get in this, or Land 2, or to some extent even Land 1, where they adapted more of the like Donkey Kong Country themes a little bit, but kind of changed them up. They had to focus more on like the melody, and maybe making it a little more like less atmospheric and more kind of like driving and more of like a bop, you know, to make up for the fact that they couldn't make it all atmospheric and moody sounding. I gotta say, the Unguard path did not have anything interesting down there. I was hoping there'd be, like, a bonus or something, but there's, like, a bonus up in the top part. Oh. You know, I'll just keep going. But, the GBA soundtrack, I feel like they got... Like, the sound quality on the GBA is just really not very good, unless, it's Golden Sun and you can somehow miraculously make it sound good. And so, like, the quality of the samples and stuff just does not live up to the ambition that a lot of composers were going for, and to me that just makes it sound like wasted potential and, like, I don't know. Oh, Diddy's visible, hold on. There we go. Banjo-Kazooie, Grunty's Revenge, has a pretty good soundtrack. It was not actually done by Grant Kirkhope. What? Where even was that bonus, man? Was it down here? I don't... Anyway, the Grunty's Revenge soundtrack is pretty good. Not done by Grant Kirkhope, but it sounds like it could have been. It's a good imitation, but again, just because of trying to use those kinds of like samples that would have been used in Banjo-Kazooie or something, it just sounds so like crunchy and nasty and gross, you know? I want to get up there. How is he gonna make a big roof like that and have nothing on it? Not even like a coin or something. Not even talking about coin with the K. I'm just talking about like a bear coin something. Speaking of coin though, I guess he's around here because, yeah, alright. Well, I hope that comes back. Alright. Missed a bonus, dude. I got the flaccid flag. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I like chiptune music in general. Alright, there's Total Recoil, by the way. One of the ones that I remember most strongly. But we gotta go back into Fort Knox. It is very green. The pollution situation in the Northern Hemisphere is still out of control. The toxic tower runoff is spilled all over the place. Bro, they put something on the roof there. That was mean. It's kind of fucked up. I want to get back on the roof though, because, well, I doubt there would be a bonus up there or anything. Dude, I died. Whatever. At least I'll be able to get back on the roof now. I feel like maybe the first bonus is in this first part because the second one was like decently late into the level. Notice how, once again, I have fallen. I don't think there's a bonus up there. But I'm gonna try. Looking for the bonuses in this game so far is probably not any better than it was in Donkey Kong Land 2, but I'm complaining less just because I've decided that I like this game for silly reasons. There we go. Okay. Nothing. Oh! Oh! There was one! Dude, I'm so glad that I kept trying that. That cobble had to be guarding something, right? Look at how many hearts I have. How do I have so many lives already? This is absurd. Okay. Let's just go save as much as possible. We need to spend as much time with Wrinkly as possible. I guess she doesn't have various dialogue in this game. She just always tells you to keep an eye out for those Kremlins. Every Saturday on the Kremling Kronology. Alright. Total Recoil, you know, based on the movie Total Recall. The original, I know they made a remake of it at some point. The original starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, I have seen. It's a pretty good movie. Famous for having an alien woman with 3 boobs, but it's a good movie. Besides just that, you know. I could call this episode, or really all of these well, that was easy. DKL3 episodes, the Kremling Kronology. The logo, I'll just, like, cross the G off of it. I don't want people to be, like, looking up, like, Russian history, or... I don't want to go back. Russian history or politics or something to find my videos on YouTube and be like, what the hell? I'm sad Swanky didn't make it into the N64 era in any way. You know, if they wanted to make things easy on themselves and just have Wrinkly be like a JPEG, which is why they made her a ghost, they could have had Swanky be like a TV show host or something and he only shows up like on a TV screen or something. They could have done something. This song sounds pretty good. Donkey Kong Country is a gateway to learning about animals and nature and Russian history. I wonder if there's like a warp up there. I wonder if I can get to it. Wah! Can't get all the way up there. Okay. Oh no. Yeesh. Ah! What am I doing here? Ah! Yikes. That was a little foolish to just jump down the rope like that. I didn't know it was down there. That was so violent. We haven't seen any animal buddies yet besides On Guard, who's been in like 2 levels, 3 levels? I think he's been in 3 of these levels so far, actually. Has he been in like all of the levels so far? I think he might have. He's not in this one. It's too dry. I was expecting maybe like Ellie or something. Yeah, he activates his idle animation instantly. What a cheeky little boy. I thought you were gonna say the Kremling Kronology should be like a Russian history podcast. Cog, I saw the end earlier, I just didn't get it, because, like, look at how many lives I have. I think I'm fine. Whoa! Yo, that was satisfying. That was speedrun core right there. Yeah, well anyway, speaking of which, the sheepy shop. Why is it called, is that a reference to something like, why is it called that? Did they sell, like, sheep? I don't think they do. Anyway, here, whoa, your pockets are bulging. Excuse me, I am a child, bear. Wanna play cards? Anyway, here's Bear, the bear. I guess I wanna play cards. I have lots of money. I don't know why, imagine you walk into a, like, run-down looking old cabin. There's a bear in here. He starts telling you how your pockets are bulging, and he has just a sign that says, teleport. Like, teleport to where? I don't know. It's like, hey kid, come on back here. Got a teleporter in the back. I love playing rare cards. I don't remember this at all. Did I even do this when I was playing it the first? I'm sure I did, but it's just a matching game. Alright, so we got a balloon here, and we got Ellie here. That's Squitter. Okay, no, I know where Ellie is. Check that out, okay. Now the balloon! Alright. Dude, I'm a gamer. Okay, On Guard, the DK coin. Okay, so On Guard's here, the DK coin's here, Squitter's here. Okay, On Guard is here, right? Cool, look at me. Squawks. Ah, kitty, get out of here! Bear coin. Okay, the DK coin was here. How many failures do I get? Oh god, where's Dixie? No. There she is. Bear coin was like... There we go. Kitty. Squawks, you were here? Alright, cool. Squitter's right next to himself. Look at that. Great going. Let's see what I can rustle up for you. Thank you, man. Wow, he gave me an entire DK coin? And it only took me 72 seconds. You get a DK coin? What? He just had one of them? How many can you get from doing this? What if I want to teleport? I guess I can't teleport yet. Why is it called the Sheepy Shop, though? What does that have to do with sheep? Is that like a British-ism? Do they call, like, matching memory games, like, the Sheepy game? Okay, now I know. Thank you, Andre. That, I guess that counts as a real-world reference that I have to talk about. They reference their favorite, like, sandwich shop or whatever it is. Speaking of real-world references, Coco Channel. Reference to Coco Chanel. Yes, there was actually a bear that works there and everything. Oh, this is a riverbank level, I guess, is what we're looking at here. How am I supposed to get this banana? It's too high. You can't do the team-up throw in this game. Why would they put a banana this high? Just out of my reach. Okay, now it's kicking in. Do I not get another barrel? Is this a one-shot type of thing? Okay, there it is. First, I, like, didn't recognize the music at all. Like, this doesn't sound like the same song, but... Are those, like, little mushrooms back there, or, like, extremely tiny trees that are in the distance, you see? I'm just gonna guess I don't have to go back this way. Someone put a lot of, like, X logs, like, just 2 logs on top of each other back there in an X formation. X marks the spot. I guess that was just a DK barrel? No, what was that? What did I get there? That wasn't a DK barrel. Balloon? Like, I don't know what that was. I guess a balloon. The boy has many admirers, but I'm sure he'd be happy to, I'm just gonna say, I don't think K. Rool is, like, particularly faithful to his wife, and, you know, I think that they have that kind of arrangement. I think they're okay with it. Oh! What animal buddy is in the- What animal buddy is in this level? Squitter? Speaking of his wife, in this game, she has definitely kicked him out for using her pots and pans to make chaos, and that's why he lives in a pipe hole, which we'll get there. Not today, but K. Rool is in his most, like, pathetic living situation in this game that you've ever seen. It's really funny. I love this game. He's a speedrunner, and he lives in... He's like the speedrunner who lives in the basement, basically. Like me. I don't even speedrun anymore, so I don't... What do I have to my name? Nothing. Okay, is there anything down here? What's the point of making all of this space if there's nothing down here? Just kill me! He runs this game. It's very, very meta. I think that's the only one. Sadly, Baron K. Rulenstein has never made it into a GDQ because of his bad attitude. I missed a bonus! Alright. So the first one was fairly early on, so I'm gonna guess the second one is a little later. What is that? It's not a DK barrel, because earlier when I was Dixie alone, I didn't get Kitty from... Is it... If it's a life, like, I don't know, because I'm, like, maxed out on lives down there, so I can't tell. Okay, this is the bonus that I did get, right? I don't remember how I got over there, though. I'm pretty sure that's the one I got, though, right? Oh, here's Squitter. Sorry, I was trying to do instant platforms and I, activated my, Gotta go back to this nonsense. I got so used to this. Yeah, I don't know how I got over here before, but I guess this is how you're supposed to do it. This is the one I did, right? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, you see, the number of hearts at the bottom of the screen represent how much I love this game, unironically. Yeah, I just missed Squitter entirely earlier because I kind of just flew over this part. If Squitter touches water, he dies! Which is probably true of, I don't know, can spiders swim normally? Like, I feel maybe for a little while they can just kind of go on the surface with, like, surface tension or something. Woo! I almost did it again. I guess that was a... Okay. Squitter is getting me killed repeatedly. That's cute. I didn't see your lore earlier. Sorry. I do think, if I ever made a game, I would, like, think my local restaurant that me and Victor go to every other week. I would probably think my local game store as well, where I go to board game night every Thursday. Maybe the bar we go to afterwards sometimes. Did I ever establish if there was anything down here? There's gotta be, okay, this part, there's gotta be something over there. Does the number of lives I have actually, like, go beyond what is shown? Or am I, like, maxed out? I need to have both Kongs. Where can I get the other DK barrel at? I don't want to just, like, jump around up there because there were enemies up there. Okay, but there has to be something, like, back over here. Yeah, there we go. I don't think I got this one before. I guess you could approach it from either way. Oh, I guess I'm going down here. Hope there was nothing over to the left that you need to get. Probably, though. Oh, yeah, for sure. No? Great. Ah! Come on, kitty. Why would they do this? There's no way I can make it over now. Maybe, I don't know. I won't give up, but... Woo! Go, kitty, go! Let's go! Alright, that had to be it, right? Cool. Now, let's go to Lift Shaft Lottery. That's a mouthful right there. I want to appreciate how the water wheel is animated on the screen, by the way. I like that. And I don't know why the lights are flickering in Sheepy Shop. That place is suspicious. I don't like Bear. He's up to no good. still don't know what that, like, random explosion from the previous level that I kept getting was. Okay, I thought he got me there, but... I don't know why I'm worrying about getting, like, every single banana when I already have, like, 100 lives. Ow! Falling 50 feet directly onto a chainsaw bee. This bonus here, I don't know. This feels like a DKC2 bonus to me. Just climbing all around on these ropes. Yo, Super Camborg, thank you. How are you playing? Welcome in. I am playing this game for the second time in my life. Oh my goodness. On my Super Game Boy. This level is very yellow. Like, I feel like I'm going to just see this yellowness when I close my eyes. Speaking of closing my eyes, I just remembered that... Okay, so I, like, woke up at, like, 8 in the morning, as I normally do, to take my dog out to pee. And feed him his breakfast. And then on the weekends, I normally go back to sleep for a while. So I was gonna do that today, and then I noticed, I was like, oh, check my phone first. And I saw Meta talking about how he had just beat Bonanza for the first time with some comments, and I had a lot to say, so I ended up doing that and waking my brain up a bit. But then I did go back to sleep for a little bit. But I had all kinds of, like, weird dreams. And one of them was that, like, the newest slang for kids was to say that something was better than cereal. Like, that's what all the, like, Gen Alpha kids and stuff were saying on the internet. If something was cool, they were like, it's better than cereal. So, yeah, that was a thing. Now, my secret belief is that whenever someone's on the internet and they say something like, I had a dream that this was the newest meme, and they post something, I think that, like, half the time it wasn't a dream. They just, their brain just had this, like, random intrusive thought that they thought was funny, and it makes more sense to, like, frame it as a dream or something instead of just, like, the random contextless thought they had. But in this case, it really was a dream that I had. Which is the right way to go here? I thought, I don't know, I probably missed some stuff because I thought this was the side path that I was taking here. Oh, he's coming. I guess I'll go up here, because this maybe might be the bonus. Oh yeah, speaking of Mina the Hollower, I've been wanting to play it since it came out. I just have been busy doing other stuff, haven't had a chance. And so I was thinking about it because, okay, so the rest of this month I'm going to be busy, pretty much, and then if you know about Discord Wars, which is an event I do every year, that's going to be in August. So I'm going to be busy for, like, the first half of August as well. And then before I know it, it's just going to be September. And I'm going to start my Halloween content early this year because in the middle of October I'm going on a trip. So I think I'm just going to stream Mina the Hollower. However, it's going to essentially be a Halloween game. So I'm going to wait a little longer for that. But that does mean that I will stream it. And my Halloween games this year will be that, and the first DS Castlevania game. And, Ghoulies as always. Yeah, honestly, the whole better than cereal thing, I'd just be happy to see kids on the internet being positive about stuff, because I feel like most people are just negative about stuff all the time. It's nice to have a, you know, phrase to represent people's love for something. Alright, have a good rest. Thanks for the raid. Yeah, I mean, you know, Mina's much like Castlevania, and then it just has like the general spooky theme to it, so... Well, you can't start select out of a bonus, so... No, it's alright, Meta. Ah, stop it! Took me back to like the first couple weeks after I had beaten Bonanza for the first time, where I got like 5 hours or less of sleep every night. Because I was just spending all my time talking about the game, thinking about the game, typing up massive paragraphs about it constantly anyway. What? Why is Barbos here already? Hello? Princess Barbos? This early into the game? What a treat. Oh my, I'm feeling all flustered already. Alright. Have a good rest, everyone who's going to rest right now. I did remark on it briefly, but I'll save most of it for my, explaining the references episode. Oh, the Crash lore. Okay, the Crash lore is that Aku Aku's name comes from a now-closed Polynesian restaurant near Naughty Dog Studio Space in Boston. That's cool. There, I read it. Are you happy? Oh, Barbos. Alright, let's go. And this is our first boss, by the way, so we're gonna get to see one of the memorable things. There she is. Half of her? Half of her is... One of the more memorable things about this game is that, all the bosses have fuck you attacks. Victor... Where did he go? He just, like, opened my door for no reason. Alright. Her eye gets so squished out. Like, look at that. Whoa! Okay, I should've... I wasn't expecting the lurchin bullet hell. I should be a little more careful. What? I'm supposed to come, like, all the way over here? And, like, ee! Wah! I kept moving again! Yeah, maybe Belcha just got moved somewhere else. I hope so. I hope they didn't deprive us of Belcha in this game. I don't remember. Also, this does the Donkey Kong Land 2 thing of just having all of the bosses just have the final boss music, I guess. Okay, I'm ready to go this time. That should be, yes. So they all throw out, like, one last attack, even after you have gotten your last attack in on them. Okay, we are headed to Primate Plains, but we can go back to Cape Codswallop. On guard stares directly at you. Yeah, 50% of the memory in this cartridge just goes to Barbos's animations, like the 60 FPS smooth animation. Coral Quarrel. That's just a good name. It's very pink. Oh, Dixie, you're a girl? That's right. Did you know that Dixie's a girl? We're gonna throw her into the pink zone. She does like pink, so it's, you know. That's fine. Another part of the random crazy dreams I was having when I went back to sleep for a while was... I dreamed I was watching this movie that was, like, sort of similar to, like, Angela Anaconda in style, where it was, like, a bunch of... I don't know how you would describe it. It's, like, a collage style. But it was that mixed with, like, real people. It was very strange. It was like if Angela Anaconda was Roger Rabbit or something. Like, they had a mix of the two. What? No, it legit was scary. It was kind of nightmarish. It wasn't like, oh, this is a fun, entertaining movie that I'm watching in my brain. It was like a horror movie, even though I don't necessarily think it was supposed to be. I don't remember what the plot of the movie was or anything. Once again, I'm asking which direction is the right way to go, because I want to go the wrong way, because that's where the bonus is, probably. Maybe there's not a right way or a wrong way, and there's just alternate ways, you know? Just like life, you know? There's no right way or wrong way. There's just different ways to get through it. I guess there's some wrong ways to get through life, but... If Angela Anaconda was actually about her trying to turn into to gain the Snake Bonanza form, I would have watched it, but I don't think it was actually about. I don't know what the show is actually about. They really love putting these guys in all of the water levels. Speaking of Barbos, I do believe in the GBA remake she also gets moved around and she becomes the boss of Pacifica, the New World. And instead in Cotton Top Cove, there's the horrifying abomination thing. No, Barbos gets around, you know? She's all over the place. Well-traveled. I don't know why they didn't just make the new boss the boss of the new area, but okay. Guess she fits there better. The Barbos biography, yes. Can't wait to play Donkey Kong Country 3, Donkey Kong Land 3, and Donkey Kong Country 3 GBA again. Ah, I guess I kind of got the top of them. This game is Dixie and Kitty finishing the job. Now I don't know where that bonus was, because I don't know where I am in relation to it. I gotta get back there. I mean, look. I don't blame them. There it is. This is right behind me. For going back and trying to make sure, like, Bleak is dead for just the good of everyone around. That guy's a menace. I don't want to say goodbye to On Guard yet, but... This coloring makes On Guard look like a salmon. I don't think I could play Splatoon Raiders, because I think I have too much sympathy for the salmonids. When I even played, when I played, like, just Salmon Rush in Splatoon before, I felt bad, like, just messing up. I like the salmonids. It's a big astonishment coming from me, but there's my villain, so-called villain sympathy working again. I think they're cool. I like them. I think they are cool. They have, in the Splatoon universe, probably, like, out of just, like, a general species or whatever, my favorite designs. Compared to, like, Inklings or Octolings or anything. I don't want to... Whatever. We'll come... This is the first one that I'm going to say we'll come back there later, because I don't feel like going around the pinkness looking for another bonus. Or the coin is actually what I'm missing. I don't feel like going looking for it right now, come back to it later. Booberfish. I mean, that doesn't seem too far off. Minky Mischief. I don't know why Mischief is, like, not censored. I guess that's to make room for the exclamation mark later or something. Now, this level's gonna have Minkies in it, supposedly, but they weren't even in the instruction manual. So there may be enemies that were in this game that aren't in the instruction manual, and we won't be able to hear their wonderful monkey chanting. So look at this guy go. He's determined. Alright, well. I feel like I haven't seen an extra life balloon in a while, you know? I gotta watch out. I'm gonna run out of lives. I know! It was almost like they were kind of like singing along to the song, you know? How have I not found a bonus yet in here? I gotta say that not having the team throw in this game does make me feel a little better, because, like, I know it's not gonna be that I have to just randomly team throw up to some random place, but I guess there was also an animal buddy that I missed somewhere. How am I missing anything here? I don't get it. I'm, like, looking all over the place. I do appreciate this, well, fuck, this game having different levels, but I'm kind of sad there's not going to be, like, an equivalent of Rips Our Age, probably. Well, sorry, kitty, I fell down and I can't get back up. Oh, here's Squawks. Okay, now I can go back to it. Maybe that no animal sign was just to prevent me from backtracking too far as Squawks? I don't really know why they would want to keep me from doing that, but... Alright, I'm just gonna hope that they didn't hide anything too far back that you have to go back as far as you can with Squawks, so just keep going. Have we even gotten to Wrinkly in this world yet? This is just like the second level in this world, I think, so... Where the bonus at? I'm trying to be pretty... Ah! It has to be up here. Woo! Okay. See? Welcome home. By the way, Friday. Bonanza's first birthday. What am I doing in this bonus? Where am I going? I'm just gonna try to get back to it. Friday is Bonanza's first birthday. Wow. I will be just having a party for the game on Friday. It's going to be very, you know, just chilling and mostly just talking about the game. You know, reminiscing on the first playthrough and everything that's happened since. reminiscing on what the game has meant to me, all of the new people it's brought into my life, how much I appreciate it. And during that time, we'll be doing just like a silly little Emerald Rush grind, I guess, to... What am I doing? What? This is just like a maze where I have to find the coin, I guess. But there was bananas there, but okay. Help me! What am I supposed to do here? This is the first find the token bonus where it's actually been hard to find the token. Like normally it's just like get to the end, okay, I did it. This one is actually like I'm hunting this shit down. This is harder to find than the supposed lost world. Yeah, Bonanza's 1 year old. It can legally drink. But it can legally drink banana juice. Rotten banana juice. You know when you have like a rotten fruit and it's just kind of like leaking? That's like K. Rool's favorite drink, you know? Mmm. Just wait for it to get ripe and start oozing out. This is like where I came from. Maybe not. This is ridiculous. I hope I don't have to spend time with my mom so I can go to the Donkey Kong Bonanza birthday. Just tell her it's Donkey Kong Bonanza's birthday. She'll understand. Anyway, because, you know, for the game's first birthday, it was down here, okay. Sometime soon, you know, over the course of... I know I have to do the rest of the DK challenge too, but I don't want to stress about that. I don't want to do anything actually, like, stressful on Friday. And we will be doing the Ellie event, hopefully at some point during this week, before Friday as well. But I can do that Friday if it comes to that, but... I do want to try and actually finally fully 100% the game and get, like, the Donkey Kong balloons and all that, because I have not done that. So, I'd like to just play the game, do some grinding, do some talking over the course of the next couple months, however long it takes to get there. Alright, we still have to get through the rest of this level, though. That was, very time-consuming. I kind of forgot that I was just playing a normal level in the midst of all that. There's a balloon over there. Yeah, so I guess the explosion is just a balloon. I didn't realize that they popped that violently when you picked them up. Hi, Squawks! Love you. Okay, but... What's the point of that? What's the point of that? Yeah, this level is called Minky Mischief, and there were like maybe 4 Minkies in this whole level. Or like 5, okay. There really weren't that many of them. Maybe they're all clustered here at the end. Yo, I got to keep the barrel, too. Alright, good. Don't have to go back into that place. Jetty Jitters. Oh, the free coin. Right at the beginning. I gotta get up onto the roof. Just kidding, I don't. The thing was just right here. I figured it was like on top of the roof. I think this game has even more dock levels in it than the SNES game does. Bless you, Victor. I feel, you know what, despite the fact I heard that from across the basement, I feel like that was like a normal volume sneeze. Victor, when he sneezes, a lot of the time, he like straight up like screams. Like, I don't like like he yells when he sneezes. It's like so loud. It's kind of scary. And I'm like, Victor, surely you don't have to do that every time you sneeze. And he's like, no, it's just how I sneeze. But that time, I feel like that sneeze was fairly normal, so. He's really like, I can't even do it. I wish I had, you know, like, my sneezes are kind of like normal. I don't know. My mom has like the cutest sneezes ever. I wish I had like a cute sneeze, but she does like a chit. Why didn't I inherit that? I guess I got my dad's side of the sneezes. Okay. They really like kind of hiding the coin. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know where it is. Yeah, Jinxie from Banjo-Kazooie is his idol. His sneeze idol. That's true. The Minky's mischief is all psychological. The Minkies are pros at psychological warfare. That was their job in the Crimean War, was like propaganda and stuff. Well, I guess we don't have Niblet in this game either. What a sad day. Bro, should have known there'd be one hanging out on the roof again. These guys love hanging out on roofs. Roofs. Can I not go through the thing? I guess. Ah! He got me on the corner. You're acting out like the box art of this game. Maybe when he sneezes on stream, the like audio, the auto like audio cutoff stuff doesn't really like capture how loud it is in real life. It's very loud. Okay, I'm gonna get up there, but hopefully not get got. Well, never mind. I feel like there might be something on the roof though, considering. Ah, there is. Okay, hold on. Maybe with Dixie I can like fly over there. I think I can maybe do it. I'm gonna jump off this guy. Come on. No, you can't fly when you're in that state, but if I... Ah, it's like just... Okay, maybe if I can get on the roof here. Yeah, I don't know. Come. Just wait for this guy. And I get on the roof. No! Fuck! It's so tricky, because you get, like, stuck under it. Okay, wait. There's, like, ropes. This is so rude! Like, you have to, like, bounce off enemies or whatever. And once they're gone, you can't do it. Okay, maybe... No, hold on. Will you help me get up to the rope, my friend? Thank you. Wah! How come I can't... Okay, there we go. God damn, you gotta work your ass off for this. Okay. I didn't even need to get the other barrel, it's fine. Oh, it's Crumple. I think it's our first Crumple. Do I need to get up there using the booty bird that I just defeated? Yes. Okay, but this one is easy. Okay. You gotta jump on them, but be careful. Okay, don't jump on their tail wrong or anything. You gotta do it just right. Somehow last time I kind of just did it successfully without even trying. I did. I touched the butt. Ah! That was silly. Just kind of... I got rabies or whatever disease those rats are carrying. I don't know. All the diseases. Okay, I don't need to go back into the bonus again. I know what disease I didn't get. Lockjaw, because that was the last game in this illustrious series. The hitboxes on the sneaks are kind of rude. He's accelerate. He's a speedrunner too, and he's got to cry as fast as possible. All right, good. Save point, break time, perfect. All right, if it isn't Donkey, or is it Funky? No, Diddy. The fact that like Wrinkly is canonically, like, I don't know, maybe it's just her eyesight. It's either her eyesight or her brain that's going, or maybe both. It's a little distressing. And we are still going to keep an eye out for those Kremlins, but I will be back in a few minutes. There, Grandma. Let's get you to bed. No, I don't think Wrinkly is like trying to put Dixie down on purpose. I think the sadder truth is that she just doesn't know. If you can count on anyone to stick up for you, it's Wrinkly Kong. Okay, back in a few minutes. If you can't count on Wrinkly, then who can you even count on, you know? Maybe me and Victor can do like a Cranky and Wrinkly couples cosplay someday. Like, I'll just put all the like white powder on my face, the classic like ghost costume, and you can just be Cranky. Yeah, you know, like, he's just going through it right now. Black Ice Blitz. So, I guess, finally. If Black Ice Battle was so good, how come it never got a sequel? Well, here you go. Oh boy, toboggan level. Also, the snowflakes are cute. By the way, we're already like 21% through this game. I don't know what it is, but this game just seems to go by, like, Donkey Kong Land also went by like fairly quickly. But Donkey Kong Land 2, I don't know what it is about it, especially if you're looking for all the bonuses, just, it took so long! Yeah, Black Eyes Blitz. The Skidda is in this game! There he is! Look at him go. Yo, where was anything in this level? There's probably something at the end there, and I forget that, like, you don't have to jump on the flags, they just kind of get auto-collected for you, so, I need to jump over it, I guess. Where were any bonuses? Anything? Yeah, I'll be sure to bring up the 8 Crazy Nights reference in my references episode. Okay, I didn't stretch it out on purpose. I'm pretty sure I played that game in, like, the middle of when I was, like, having surgery and recovering from surgery and stuff, so that wasn't really my fault, but also it just took longer to get through. Trust me, I wanted to get through that game in as few sessions as possible, but it just kept hanging on there. And now I have to have, like, 4 whole episodes dedicated to it in my YouTube playlist, which is, like, way too much. And no one has watched them, and that's okay, because I wouldn't either, if I were me. If I were me, imagine that. Unfortunately, I am me. Classic toboggan hitbox, you know, that's pretty faithful to the original. Yeah, the scar that I got a few months ago was not actually from the surgery, it was from playing Donkey Kong Land 2. That's why I suddenly got a new scar across my chest. It was the scars that game left me with. Okay, jumping over! Yes! Thank you for the, like, barrel to ensure that you'll be able to do it. Little assistance. Where the fuck are any bonuses in this level? Mario Party 2 Mysteryland flashbacks. If I were Donkey Kong. Okay, I gotta try to take, like, the opposite paths of what I took before. You know what? I don't know, man. I'll come back to that one, too. Riverbank Riot! That's a fun level name. You know, I gotta say, though, this world theme, it's kind of just, like, similar to the first one. Like, I don't know, there's, like, the exact same mill as here. It's just kind of the same stuff, just in different locations. Once again, they just kind of put him right at the beginning. I don't remember how many worlds are in this game. I feel like there's not as many as in Country 3, considering that we are already a fifth of the way through the game. Yeah, we have. I think maybe Miller Instinct is probably the next level. Haven't gotten to Miller Instinct yet. Okay, there's definitely something up there. I have to come back to that. We'll come back. We might have to beat the level first and just return. Although we already found a bonus, so I'd be kind of surprised that that was a bonus, but it probably is. I don't know. I think there's just been exactly 2 per level so far. I haven't really been keeping track. But I feel like the necessity of putting them at the, like, you know, 1 in the first half and 1 in the second half or whatever hasn't necessarily been true. Well, that was cool. Okay. Maybe I needed to stay up there and I lost the path. I guess not. It's just like an alternate route. This game has a lot of just like different paths through the levels without being too annoying about it. That was a long day of Mario Party. Nice Baja Blast. Alright, let's go back and try to get that one. Baja Blast is probably my favorite, like, soda, unironically. You know, when you're talking about, like, a traditional unhealthy for you type of soda. Well, I guess that wasn't actually anything important. I mean, it was cool, a little shortcut and all, but... I've been, I know I talked about this recently, but I've been getting into those, like, alternative, supposedly more healthy, like, sodas recently that are, like, low sugar, but they're, like, probiotic or whatever. And, it really varies. Some of them are nasty, but some of them are pretty good. You gotta just try. I like the, strawberry vanilla, Olipop, I think is what it's called. It's, you know, give yourself the illusion of drinking an unhealthy soda, but it's not that bad for you. Alright, I don't know where the other bonus here is. We'll come back to it. It's Miller Instinct. See, we couldn't wait any longer. We gotta get here, you know? Yeah, I don't... Just, like, even without that context, I just feel Baja Blast just sounds like it would be... It's... Okay, it's got the alliteration, and, like, blast is, like, a word you might associate with Donkey Kong, because it gets used in a lot of, like, you know, barrel blast, and then in DK64 there's, like... 2 different moves, I think, that have the word blast, and then blast is just like a very Donkey Kong Country coded word. So, yeah, Bramble Blast. Just, when you're playing a Donkey Kong game, you're always having a blast. Or perhaps drinking a blast. Okay, again, we have some animal buddy that I'm assuming is further ahead, and we just can't backtrack with them because I don't think they would have put it in that part of the level for only like 2 seconds. Well, we haven't seen Ellie yet, by the way, like at all. Like maybe she was in a level and we just missed, but kind of surprising. Where the frick is the barrel for this guy? No, it's Squawks. I thought it might be Ellie, but no, it's not. Boy. Can you do the thing where you, like, roll on the barrel, or, like, you jump on the barrel and Kitty's, like, riding it in this one? I wonder if there's any factory levels in this game. I don't remember. I haven't seen any yet. Or it's just all gonna be like mills, riverbanks, and dock levels, and underwater levels. There was a snow level. I guess the variety's been okay so far. Get owned. So the next game we have after this is Diddy Kong Racing, and that game is going to actually kill me. I hope you like Diddy Kong Racing and its music, because we're going to be there for a while. I'm very bad at it. I don't know nearly as much about Diddy Kong Racing as you might guess or expect, considering my status as a Donkey Kong and Banjo-Kazooie fan, but not a Conker fan. I refuse to engage deeply with Diddy Kong Racing because of Conker. Hi, Shadow. Shadow's back. Oh my goodness, Shadow, please. I'm playing Miller Instinct right now. Alright, buddy. Hold on a sec. I think you could see him behind me. I'll let him chill down here until I finish this level. He's just like sitting there and looking at me now. I am not going to be doing it all as Crunch, no. I know this is going to disappoint many people, but I've been... Wait, what? Oh yeah, Shadow's here. I know it's going to disappoint many people, but if I played exclusively as Crunch, I would never get past the game. Like, I've been frank about this the entire time. I've been mentioning this since, like, very early days of this project, that I will not be playing as Crunch the whole time, so no one can say that it's a surprise, but I've never actually even fully completed Diddy Kong Racing. I've never beaten the game. So, if you want me to actually ever do it, I will play as Crunch some, but not the whole time. I have seen people who are much better at the game than me take on beating Wizpig and the rest of the game as Crunch as like a special ultra hard challenge for themselves, so I don't really want to do that to myself. Stephen Greg Mills. Anyway, Shadow, come back! Hey, Shadow! He left. Hold on. I'll be right back. I don't want him wandering around the basement. Shadow! Hey, no, come here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch him, but he's doing the slippery snake bonanza again. He's not as docile as he was last time. I'll give it another attempt, but if he keeps like running away from me and runs up the stairs again, I am just gonna give up. Yeah. Shadow... It's like, I thought this was the Kremling Kronology, not the tip-top timeline. Get the fuck out of here. He's mad. I'll be right back. Hey! Hey, come here, come here. Oh! Oh no, he's wiggling! Oh! Well done. Okay. He's a very wiggly boy right now. He is not enjoying being held, so my time is short, I'm afraid. There, he's... Okay, he calmed down a bit. He's got his little bandana, because he got groomed yesterday. So he is nice and clean. He's extra soft. He smells good. Mmm. He's very sleek. He's very soft. Well, I was mostly chasing him around on, like, the other side of the room anyway, so you wouldn't have been able to see it. Oh, good boy. Okay. I will be right back. Victor is busy right now, but Shadow clearly wants his food, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'll say this much. The more I'm playing today, the less and less patience I have for, like, doing levels over and over again until I find the bonuses. And I just kind of feel like we'll come back to them at some point. I just want to move on. But you know, some of them we'll leave to come back to. I gotta have Dixie visible. Hold on. Right, I have to get, like, super far away. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I had, like, a whole session of when I was playing Land 2 where I just... It was just, like, going back to levels that I had not found all the bonuses in, but I didn't want to play them again, so I'd left them to do later. I had, like, a whole cleanup session. We'll try to not, like, leave it that messy this time, but... I'll play this one again, you know? It's Miller Instinct. You gotta put some respect on its name. No, that was close. Did I not find a bonus yet in this whole part of the level? I mean, coin was here, but... I don't think this game does any of the, thing where, like... There's, like, a hidden bonus barrel where, oh, I just go in the corner and... Like, apparently there's warps. I found one. I assume there's more than that as well, hidden in corners and stuff, and I just have only ever found one so far, but I don't think they do that with bonuses. Oh, I lost Squawks, though. I think you get him again. That's good. This is a Squawks level. Squawks is a big Miller Instinct fan. I wonder who he mains. The Donkey Kong series has always been about the working class, really. Donkey Kong Bonanza was about mining. Just a you know, blue-collar job. And this game is about milling. This and Country 3 are about mills. Okay, there's this, like, big crossroads part here. There has to be a bonus hidden in here somewhere that I missed. This part is ridiculous. How many different, like, ways to go are there? You're telling me there's, like, not a bonus hidden in any of these pathways? What? I guess not. What's... Why? Did I miss something? I'm pretty sure I went everywhere. Oh, okay. I think I did that bonus before, right? What's over there? Just the way to go, I guess. I'm pretty sure I did this one. And Riptor is obviously the best choice. I never played a Killer Instinct game in my life, but... yeah. Yeah, the children don't yearn for the mills quite as much as they do for the mines, but a little bit, you know. Everybody likes grinding up some flour so you can make some bread. Okay, there must be a bonus in the first half. I'm going crazy, though. Like, okay. I feel like I was pretty thorough. Unless there's just some pathway that, like, I couldn't even see existed. But I tried to explore every single option given to me. Maybe this one does have like a secret bonus barrel hidden in it. Squawks pick up the... I guess he can't. There needs to be more mill-based games though. There's like a lot of games based around mining or that incorporate some kind of mining resource gathering aspect. You know, obviously Minecraft, but there need to be more mill games. Mill slop. Okay, there has to be something with that weird part with all of the alternate paths. Like, there has to be something in one of those. So I will have to explore it even more thoroughly than I thought I had before, but here we go. Alright. So. Maybe it's kind of like... I don't know. Maybe it's just like in the middle, and no one would think it would be in the middle. You'd think it would be on one of the side paths, so no one just goes straight up the middle. Especially because all these buzzes are here. So it's just... I don't know if I ever thoroughly explored, like, the middle path. Okay, well... Okay, this is just where I came from. This is ridiculous. There's nothing of note on any of these side paths at all, I guess. I mean, I guess, like, the inn was over there. There was some bear coins on one of these, but, like... I'm going nuts, like, where... This is the most well-hidden bonus. Is the bonus inside the other bonus? The DKC Classic? They're bringing it back? If I go this way, does Squawks turn into a bonus? Because I didn't go that way with Squawks ever. That'd be kind of rude. Like, you can only get one of them per... Like, you'd have to play the level twice to get it. I've looked all over the place. This is... distressing. Alright, this one I have to come back to. Like, I tried my best. Sorry, my, controller wire is, like, stuck under my chair wheel. There we go. I actually saw, like, something about the Skyrim, like, mill, there's like a mill grinder thing. I didn't know about that mechanic until recently. There was, like, some random YouTube short or something that got recommended to me about it. You can take your wheat and turn it into flour and then make bread with it. And apparently, like, that only got added in an update, so originally you could just, like, crank the wheel and it wouldn't do anything. Miller Instinct. What the heck, man? Where's your bonus at? I'm gonna find it. You know what? I'm not moving on. I changed my mind. This is... I'm gonna live here getting good at Miller Instinct. I'm on that grind. Because I'm gonna find this, because it's gonna drive me crazy. Like, I have looked so closely around this level, and I, like... Okay. They just forgot to put another bonus in this level. You can't actually fully complete this game. I'm still just very puzzled that, like, part of the level exists with all the branching paths that apparently doesn't have any major secrets in it. I'm starting to think there is some just kind of secret barrel situation, because, I mean, it could at least be a secret, barrel that, like, blasts you somewhere else, and then you... But, like, you can see all the walls and stuff in this, so it doesn't seem like that would be the case. It's not gonna blast you into, like... the ceiling or something. Maybe it does. I don't know. Have I not looked all over the place? Has there been something where I've been playing and there's like some kind of little secret path that I didn't notice that every time I go by it, people are just like, oh, it's right there. Like, I'm not crazy, right? I feel like I've been looking everywhere. I don't even care about that coin. Screw it. We were robbed of the Donkey Kong Land 3 novelization, which never came to pass. Where, you know, like a good 50% of the book's runtime, page count, whatever you want to call it, is just spent in Miller Instinct. Well, what if we just, like, go up? No. Okay, I'm gonna go this way and see what happens. Nothing. You turn back into Kitty Kong. What? Where is it? If it's just, like, really hidden in a corner or something and you just have to randomly know to go shove yourself into some corner where there's a secret barrel, that's, like, really... That's, like, not the design philosophy they've been going with for these. The past, you know, ever since Donkey Kong Country, the first one, and maybe to some extent Donkey Kong Land, which even then I feel like that was better. But they made the bonuses a lot more, like, visible and findable and stuff. It really bothers me there's this whole, like, corner up here that I can't get into, but I don't know how I would get up there, considering I can't take Squawks any further. I don't know. Maybe I have to come back to it with fresh eyes at some point. Bleak is here! This is all kinds of crazy. The bosses... This is like a boss shuffler. They're just all over the place. I guess it makes sense because there's like this one snowy mountain here. So, you know, we dipped in briefly on the bottom side of it, and then... Bleak magic. Bleak magic. I don't know. It's like black magic, I guess, right? That's the best I can think of, but... Bleak magic is just a very funny name. What's responsible for the high quality of Donkey Kong Country 3 and Donkey Kong Land 3? It's just that bleak magic, you know. Yeah, the reverse boss adventure. Yeah, okay. He has legs, by the way. Please enjoy Bleak with legs. I knew this in advance, but I forgot to bring it up, but now... he looks like he's got, like, a weird chin, too. Sorry, it's just... Bleak with legs is just way too distracting. I'm... This is gonna be a struggle. Yeah, K. Rool's not even in this game. The final boss is just Belcha. That's the real... The anti-K. Rool twist. He just jumping. I like how he's just jumping straight up and down without even, like, moving his legs. Just, like, he's so excited. He's doing the bow. He's doing, like, the Japanese apologizing bow. He's like, please understand. Well, I just ran right... This is where all my lives are gonna go. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go save, actually, before we do this. I have to go visit Wrinkly again. Every time it's distressing. Danny DeBleeko. That's just what they should have called this level. Okay, I think there I want to, like, be on the top of the roof. That's the only way to really avoid those. Yeah. Okay, so when he does that, like, big blast after getting hit, just go to the top of the roof. I'm learning your magic tricks, Bleak. But he's not done yet. The way he's, like, bending over like that, I don't know. It's kind of like he's doing, Oh, he fucking sniped Kitty Kong! I don't know, it's like he's doing, some kind of, like, yoga or something. Right, I gotta watch out for that. So much harder than anything else in the game so far, besides finding bonuses. Bleak's trick. Okay. I'll just, yeah, I just do this, I'm pretty safe. I don't think he can ever hit me if I'm Dixie up here and I just keep, like, jumping over him. Okay, I found the strat. It's pretty easy, actually, once you know what to do. Much easier than his SNES battle, if you know to just hang out on the roof and jump over when he tries to hit you like that. I'm a fool, though. Alright, Kitty, it's up to you now. Okay, he doesn't have a fuck you attack, he just gets destroyed. Yeah, the trees in the back kind of just look like a very abstract pattern. Black Forest Plateau is a pun on Black Forest Gâteau type of cake. Or just Schwarzwald, this would be called in German, I guess. It's a German cake, I'm pretty sure. Rocketeer Rally. Is that the sheepy shop over there? I don't know what's going on. Why is Bear I guess he's, like, working on the teleporter or something. But he's conducting some kind of, like, experiments in there. Also, Funky Kong's not in this game. Or Cranky. Just Wrinkly. This is actually this is the real, girl power game, because we got, Dixie and Wrinkly are, like, the main Kongs. But also, kitties there, but also it's not exactly Wrinkly's, like, most shining moment, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. It's blue! Well, she has different lines if you come in with just one of the Kongs alone, because she can't tell who it is. Okay, there's, like, something on the other side, probably. Oh, it's a balloon. I like the 8-bit version of this song. Aha! It's been so long since I found a bonus in this game. Miller Instinct really killed me. Well, I hope I'm getting all the stars, I don't know. I guess I did. Good job, me. You know what? I want to give a shout out to Victor because he pays more attention to this all this nonsense than I think he does. The other day he like brought up a reference to Keith Rule, and before that he brought up a reference to K Lumsy and K Rule being brothers, and I was like, how do you know all this stuff? Like, I'm pretty sure that I don't often bring it up to you directly. And he said because I live with you and I'm married to you. So I guess I do. I know he watches this when I stream, but he doesn't like always watch because sometimes he's doing his own thing, but... You can't escape it. That was a cool little side path there, and it did nothing but make me suffer. Like, where even am I? I don't know where I am anymore. Yeah. Who could forget? K. Rule's face when you call him Keith. Something about this, like, blueness and the waterfall effect is kind of, like, hypnotic. It's like white noise for the eyes. Like it's gonna put me to sleep or something. Okay, what do I go back down here? But then I go this way. No, I'm just, like, trapped here awkwardly now. I just don't have much to say about this level. It's blue. It's kind of calming, actually. It's annoying to find the bonuses or anything, but... So, was I supposed to go the other way, actually? I guess I was. Maybe it was just an alternate path. Coin? Is Coin around here anywhere? I don't think I've found him yet. Ah! Yeah, something about, like, the waterfall, like, I don't know, the like, rate at which it's animated or something, it's just, it's, like, legit very soothing. I need one of those, like, calming game music to fall asleep to videos, but it just has, like, the background is just this world. You just stare at it. Oh god! Bouncing me. I think I found every coin, though, except for that one level, which is a water level, which doesn't actually have the Kremling, just has a DK coin. So that means I've done 13 levels so far, because that was the 12th one, right? No, you know, I just didn't have a lot to say about the level, but I was telling you that it was like comforting, you know? I liked it. Okay. Let's, I'm definitely not going back into that one. Oh, it'll put me to sleep. Oh, you go up the waterfall. I was like, it won't let me continue along the river here, I guess? So you go... Kiddy Kong uses waterfall. There he goes. Just right up there. Imagine... Okay, you know, like, in Breath of the Wild, how you can, get the Zora tunic or whatever, and just lets you, like, go up the waterfalls as if you were a beautiful salmon. Just imagine Kiddy Kong doing that. Vertigo Verge? Yo, it's rainy? Rainy cliff level? That's kind of neat. Our first cliff level, I believe. Still no factories yet. There's gotta be factories in this game. Unfortunately, I don't think there will be Crackshot Croc, so I don't think they could make the crosshair thing work on the Game Boy. That would be hella impressive. Oh, that reminds me, I actually added a little commentary just like in text into my player's guide video. But you know how we kept talking about like who wrote this and why are they obsessed with guns and all that? Well, you know, I went back and looked at the credits at the beginning of the book, the beginning of the player's guide. Well, guess who the lead writer was on that player's guide? That's right, it's our friend Dan Owson, the writer of the instruction manuals for DKC-1 and DKC-2. So, if we consider those canon, and of course we do, they're the instruction manuals, I think we should consider the player's guide canon as well. And that kind of makes sense with how much that goes so far to establishing, like, the nomenclature of the Northern Hemisphere and stuff. So that means that essentially I would take whatever is said in that player's guide to be true. So you are playing as Crackshot Croc in that bonus. So the first playable Kremling, not necessarily the most obvious, or perhaps the most full-fledged or anything, but there you have it. Dude, imagine it was Michael Teitelbaum. Oh! Okay. I do like it, it's raining these big old fat raindrops in this level for no reason. Like, they didn't need to make it rainy here, but they did. I like it. Every time I see a steel barrel, I expect that coin is going to be around, but that's not always true. Sometimes they gotta throw them out there as red herrings, or just to help you get rid of other enemies. The coloring on this definitely makes it seem like it's a rainy day. Like everything just, this like deep blue makes you feel like everything is wet. It's kind of gloomy and overcast and all that. Oh, there he is though. I hope Michael Teitelbaum is having a good retirement, living off of the royalties from his many video game novels. I wonder if he knew how much amusement a random group of people would get out of them some 30 years after the games came out. I would absolutely let him keep writing more Donkey Kong. I want to hear his take on Donkey Kong Bonanza. That would be quite a novel, though. It would have to be really long, I feel, to get all that stuff in there, you know? I don't know. They managed to cram the Gex 3 story with all its many varied worlds into a relatively short page length, so... Okay, I'm gonna go back and check the other direction. Aha! World War II worlds. That's really just what the Gex novels should have been called. The Crimean War world. Ah! Okay. Remember when Gex's mom bought NASA? And Gex's siblings bought the country of Australia? Finally. Finally a full complete level again. Polar pitfalls. Dude, just imagine if you talk to Cranky in Bonanza and he's always going on about his simian sense. I'll tell you what, though. If he was in charge of Bonanza, Donkey Kong would have a backpack in addition to his pants. And it can be like a teamwork situation, you know, Double Dash style or something. Like Pauline can reach into his backpack and get out the mini explosive barrels and throw them at people. And that's what I'm talking about. That's gonna be the Bonanza sequel, I'm sure. Oh. I missed it, dude. It was down there, but I missed it. Silmarillion sense. This bonus was almost like pretty easy to miss because the banana, you can see it, but it's a little hard to see. It wasn't there. It was past this. There it is. Gotta fall straight down. Oh, the rats. Where's this barrel at? There we go. Okay, I have to keep an eye out for any other bananas that might be telling me that I should fall into a hole. Oh, limguins! Excuse me? I didn't think they'd be here at all. Rude. Well, I hate the floppy flag, you know. Surface tension. That's just a good name, you know. I wouldn't really count that as like a reference or anything, but it's just a good name. Oh! Okay. The green zone. Fastest bonus of my life. Whee! 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 I had a feeling it wouldn't be a bonus because I had just found one, but like, so far all of these riverbank levels have all had, I feel like, a bonus with the exact same thing. You just kind of go back along an underwater path that's sort of shaped that way, and then you find it. Alright, it's about to be ad time. I gotta go back along this route, see if there's anything up here. I don't know, I thought coin might be up here or something. It'd be nice if we could make it a third of the way through this game today. Then I'll know maybe this game will be like 3 sessions long, in addition to however much time we want to spend on this post-game speedrun aspect of it. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. I quite like the 8-bit rendition of this song. It's kind of a jam. I reversed my hair, so now you can look at Diddy. Just to change things up. And speaking of changing things up, you know, these clocks are making me uncomfortably aware of myself and my own mortality, as well as Wrinkly Kong's mortality. So what if we change the clocks up? There's actually a frame I'm thinking of that would be pretty appropriate. Where's the old like cabin in the woods. Yeah, this is Northern Cremisphere Core right here. This is a brother's bear lives here. This is Bear's house. His sheepy shop. It just feels right, you know? I don't remember if anything happens on this background, like it changes to like the seasons or something. Maybe if you leave it idle for long enough. I don't remember. Would have been good to have it up while I had it paused, I guess. Well, I thought I'd make it under, but I didn't. Yeah, this is like this is like Bob Ross designed this background, you know? As much as I do like the cat background, this one is way more fitting. I know there is Kitty Kong, Kitty Kong. Maybe it is a time travel game, and that explains its weird, like, story that kind of seems just like an alternate version of Donkey Kong Country 3, except it never happened. Baron K. Rulenstein sent Dixie and Kitty back in time to prevent them having an actually, like, cool adventure. Instead, this one's not so bad, but, you know, it feels a lot more low-key, you know? I didn't even find goddamn coin in this one? What the hell? I'm gonna save at least. There's no banana birds in this game. Like, what are we doing here? But we are keeping an eye out for those Kremlins. That's actually what we're doing here. Well, I'm gonna stay on the surface this entire time as much as possible, because I'll find coin eventually, I suppose. Okay, I got this bonus. Okay, no water. We are not touching the water. We are putting the surface in surface tension. Oh no, I touched the water! Get me out of here. Ow. I just... Ah, there he is. Didn't I come this way earlier and I guess I just didn't see him down there? I went right over him. He's like, wow, I can't believe they didn't notice me. Excellent hiding spot. Now, coin's up here, and I would be willing to bet that the bonus, however, is in the water. I did the same thing again. What's wrong with me? Okay, so we took the top path this whole time. Now we're gonna take the water path the entire time. Yeah, this game actually explains bananas. Bananas. It's just called. Imagine if they just came out with a game and they're just called Donkey Kong Banana. And they're just like, we're gonna get straight to the point this time, okay? No fucking around. Anyway, this game is actually the secret to explaining Bonanza's timeline fuckery. Just Donkey Kong Banana. It has like a period at the end of it, like Oscar. That's what the next 2D game is gonna be called. Every time I just think I'm gonna get past that guy and I don't. Oh my god. So this is the end. Okay. So let's backtrack a little. I didn't think there was any more water routes to go on, but... This over here is just a bear coin. Oh yeah, I've heard about the monkey ball banana thing. That reminds me of like in Europe how the Mario and Luigi games for a while, they just always put bros in the title, even though it kind of ruined the pun or the flow or whatever. Dream Team Bros. Paper Jam Bros. Okay. I don't know why they do that. I think they didn't do it with Brothership, because Brothership already has brother in it. Okay, I don't know where this bonus is. Fuck it. Tundra Blunda. That's a good one. That one's, you know, if I was making a tier list of the titles of this game, it's S tier. Tundra Blunda. My favorite Paper Mario character. That's right. Well, gotta try that again. The Skidda's animations is really funny. Look at him just like, wow! You always were a Skidda. I'm having more fun with this game than Land 2, and I don't know why. It might just be the goofy names on everything. Might just be that I'm, like, actively comparing it less to its SNES version. When I play Donkey Kong Land 2, I'm like, you're not the real Snakey Shanty! And these are just completely different levels, so I don't have to be like that. But you're not the real Snakey Shanty, or you're not the real Rattle Battle, because you're not even playing Snakey Shanty in the level, even though that song is in the game. Is that just to get... This kind of looks like it's water, but I know it's not, but... I don't know why it's shaded so dramatically like that. I don't think Naka was in the manual either. And the other two barrel Kremlings were, but not Naka. Kanaka. Yuji Kanaka. Oh! Oh! It was nothing! What the hell? Why? They put these bugs here for me to bounce on, and then they don't lead to anything special. Ah, this is one of those where I have to jump over at the end again. I'm still just like flummoxed about Miller Instinct. Where the hell is the bonus in that level? See, I'm really having a Tundra Blunda right now. Redwood Rampage, that's what's next. But I at least know there's something at the end of the level here if we just jump over the ending goal, so we gotta get back there before I forget that's just what the deal is, you know? I don't really want to play this level again, but we gotta do that while that's still fresh in my mind. We'll just run through it. Just pretend this was the speedrun mode at the end of the game. I'm not doing a very good job. Maybe that's what some of these bugs are for. Like, some of this stuff that just seems like it serves no purpose in the level itself is for the speedrun mode. They're it's faster to bounce off the bugs or whatever, even though that doesn't seem like that would be true. You get so much height from them, it just seems like it would take up more time to bounce on them, but what do I know? I think we're near the end, yeah, okay. See if this one also has a helpful barrel. It doesn't, you just gotta be good. Is there something down here? That's a long way down, but it was nothing. Alright, well I'm not going for the bonus. That's good enough for now. That's cute. Yeah, that's really funny. Like, she didn't think that the new was part of the title. Like, that was just... She just thought they were, like, advertising that the game was, like, new. It's like, check out this new game. Brand new. It's Super Mario Bros. They should do that with, like, every game that comes out. They should just put new on it. It's like, this game is new. Got me there. Oh, the Minkies are back. New Donkey Kong Bonanza. At some point it stops being true, I suppose, but if you look at video games in relation to all of human history, all video games are pretty new. Wow, we just celebrated Donkey Kong Arcade's 45th anniversary. That's still pretty new. Just fucking got him in the heart. New Donk City, Kong Country. Yeah, I'm glad we don't live in the, new Donkey Kong Country timeline. Although I would argue that some of the criticisms applied to the new Super Mario Bros. Games could also be applied to Donkey Kong Country Returns, but to a much, much, much lesser degree, don't get me wrong. In terms of kind of like paring it down to the bare essentials of what that series is, character-wise and aesthetic-wise or whatever, but to a much lesser degree. I mean, we got Professor Chops after all, so I continue to suck up to Traveler even when he's not here, just so he'll come back to me and not leave me forever after Victor's little stunt. Ow! These guys are brutal. I still haven't hit the halfway on this one. Oh man, this one's testing my patience for sure. See, if you say new Donkey Kong or new Donkey Kong Country, it sounds like you're saying nude Donkey Kong. And so maybe they will call the next like 2D DKC game, they'll call it like new Donkey Kong Country. Because after his stint of wearing pants in Bonanza, he will go back to not wearing pants. So it would fit. So you can go all the way down here and then come back up. Or, I guess we're going down. I don't know. I don't know why, but I just feel like the Donkey Kong land, at least 2 and 3, I don't even really think this is true of the first one, but the Donkey Kong Land 2 and 3, these levels have more, like, branching pathways and stuff than the country games do. I don't know if that's to, like, make up for the smaller scale, relatively, of the Game Boy games by making the levels themselves just, like, kind of bigger. It's Squawk's. We still haven't seen Ellie at all, have we? Like, this is crazy. Is she actually in this game? Again, I could have missed her, but I don't think I did. I don't think there's been a level yet where there was, like, a no animal buddy sign where I didn't end up finding what the animal buddy was supposed to be eventually. I'm sure she's in this game, but man, she is late. Yeah, what, you know, Donkey Kong has eaten from the Banandium gem of good and evil, and he has become ashamed of his own nudity, and now it's just never the same, you know? Candy doesn't even have the Eve hair to cover herself up, you know? That's why she has to wear clothes. Another Squawks. Oh, is this just... I think I just, like, went around in a circle. Okay, whatever. K. Rool has engineered a new type of banana that makes the Kongs ashamed of their own nakedness. And now Diddy Kong has to wear pants too. It really just it impedes their like platforming ability, you know. It's just uncomfortable. They're itchy. And Funky's like, man, it's no big deal. I've been wearing shorts now for a long time. And Funky, much like he outfits the Kongs with guns in DK64, he creates ultra comfortable shorts for them to wear. Eric's here. Alright, the bosses have just, you know, they're all over the place, but most of them are here. I don't know if this game has Squirt in it. I don't know if this game could handle Squirt. We love Eric. Arik. I like that this text is just completely right aligned. He's so small, dude! What the fuck, man? He's got a Donkey Kong Land K. Rool situation going on. Look at this. Sorry. I just let him kill me because he's so tiny. Small. Look at him. He's cute. He's like, I'm gonna get you. Now, you know, one can assume he's on his, like, spider string bouncing around, but you can't see it here. So really, it just looks like he's a menacing flying spider. That's really freaky. Like, just imagine a spider that could just fly around at will. Do you even hit him, or do you just, like, gotta, like, dodge forever? One of those purely dodge-based fights, and then he just dies? Like, he just keels over from his natural spider lifespan running out? I assume I have to jump on him, actually. That probably makes sense. Yeah, okay. I was waiting for the barrel to appear. all of the other bosses so far, right, have had something that you would hit them with. So I was waiting for a barrel or something, you know. It might be Andre. You know, I can't get out of here. I wanted to start over because I already fucked up. Okay, you gotta really jump on top of him, though. You can't, like, kind of do the bounce off of his legs like you can in this SNES game. Oh! I will get revenge. Oh, now he's... What the heck? Come on. Can you not, like, jump on him when he's doing that? When he's cudgeling? I guess you can't, because I'm pretty sure I hit him right on the back there. And he goes up back to doing his regular attacks, so I'm guessing you can't jump on him when he's doing that. I should know better by now. I'm just gonna try to avoid that this time. Look at him go! Hee-hee! I don't know what's weirder, Bleak with legs or Tiny Eric. Probably Bleak with legs, I would say. Or one half of Barbos. All of the bosses in this game have, like, they can't just be normal, you know? But yeah, it's just Bar. Her other side, Bose, will show up later. Is it Bar Boss because she's like a boss? I mean, there's only one S, so I wouldn't read it that way, but that might be like the British pronunciation that comes naturally. See, he didn't even like come down on me that time. I guess he always just goes to the right. He's kind of tricky because dodging his little snot balls on a screen this size is not super easy. Especially because they bounce all over the place like frickin' Super Mario Land power-up. Oh! Okay. How many times you gotta hit this guy? Eric's frickin' bullet hell. Well, I mean, Bleak does have legs, like, in his renders and stuff. Like, we've been able to know that he's not just, like, the upper half of a snowman, but, like, seeing it in person in the game is something else than just seeing the render, you know? Like, it makes it real. Bleak with legs is no longer just a nightmare. He's your reality. Yo, I'm a pro. Look at that. Dodge Master. No! I got him? I think I got him. Yeah, because he's bouncing. This has to be it, though. Yeah, that was all the energy he had. I'm out. Great Ape, not the Great Ape War, dude. The Great Ape Lakes. Jungle is this a Jeopardy reference? I don't know. Jungle Jeopardy. Okay, got a jungle level. No fractones in the background yet, but no factory levels? This is a surprisingly just only nature themed game. No factories. So this is the most purely natural. I don't know why, but I expected there to be water down there. Purely natural Donkey Kong Country land game there is. Yeah, his body was just convulsing so hard that it made him jump up and down. I'm sure I just missed a ton back here. There's some, like, ropes. I probably can't even get to them anymore. Conveyor ropes. Hey, buddy. We're at the end of the level already? Okay. What am I supposed to bounce this off of? I guess I just maybe, like, the actual end of the level. Does it bounce? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, she's given up on the race, but I guess you were away for a second, but I said the race, the stopwatch background was reminding me of my own mortality as well as Wrinkly Kong's, so I wanted to switch to something that was honestly, you know, very fitting for this game, or for the Northern Hemisphere. But yeah, Dixie is giving up on the speedrun, and she's just deciding to play this casually instead. Traveler, I was just talking about you. What, I'm gonna become dead? It's like Cranky and Wrinkly. You know, Cranky gets to live on even though he's the mean one. Footloose Falls. Is this a reference to the movie Footloose? I don't know. Probably not. It could be. What are these? Okay, just rocks. There's Ellie! Holy shit! She's real! I don't know if you can do the water sucking thing in this. Not on the waterfalls anyway. Oh, we can squirt though. Infinite squirting! We were talking about Professor Chops and how cool he was. We had a returns mention. I know, it's like the, I'm not even gonna go there. Look at this though. You don't need to recharge. No wonder they don't put Ellie until so late in this game. Like, she just destroys everything. You gotta work before you get to this reward. Alright, the squirting is no longer infinite. I swear I didn't even see him at first. We literally were talking about Professor Chops and how cool he was. The full context is that I was talking about Donkey Kong Country Returns in comparison to the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and how the first, you know, not Tropical Freeze in the slightest, but like, you could say that Returns shares some of the problems that the new Super Mario Bros. Series does, but to a far, far lesser degree, but slightly, in terms of just kind of being like almost a very like simplified, down to the basics version of what that series might be. in some respects, of course. Returns is plenty creative in plenty of ways. But just, you know, in terms of not having very many, like... It's kind of retreading the same, like, level archetypes and even music and not having many new characters and stuff. But... Or many characters at all, frankly. But I did say we got some new characters. We got Professor Chops, so... Oh yeah, I think Returns has more spirit and creativity in one level than the new Super Mario Bros. Games have in the whole game. Which is why I said, you know, you can make those comparisons, but it's... Works to some degree, but it's obviously to a much lesser degree. You know, at least this barrel is there to save me every time, because I keep slipping. Oh, the thing's not even there anymore. Okay. Oh, excuse me. There, it came back. Thank you. Thank you, rocks. This guy got me again! I was gonna say, what's over there, actually. I don't remember if I ever went over there. By the way, we're standing in, like, the Piss waterfall at the... in Piss Lake. Maybe it's Lemonade. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. See, I didn't even see Andre's comments, but I explained basically the same thing, which tells you that, you see, I was fessing up to it all on my own. Did I not even hit the halfway in this? We're back to the squirting. Alright. He got me! I swear to God! I can't get past this guy! This guy's the MVP. This is true. We're bringing back the... You know that DK and Diddy have been here, and we know we're on the right track. They might be ahead of us in the race, but they've been here because they were pissing all in the water, you know? I'm getting distracted by Traveler's wonderful presence. Dustin, did you replay Returns when, like, the HD version came out? Because I did, you know, shortly before Bonanza was released, but that already feels like a million years ago. I haven't picked it up again since they added Dixie to it, actually. I mean, I want to. I've just had other stuff going on. I know I can do that at any time I want in my life. Whereas Nintendo keeps throwing, like, time-sensitive Donkey Kong stuff at me. Actually, the clocks in the background of the board are here originally, before I changed it. We're just foreshadowing, and Rare knew. Rare was predicting how Donkey Kong would become the ultimate FOMO franchise at some point in the future, with tons of time-limited events to stress me out. Okay, I probably need to actually go this way for a bonus or something. No? No, I think this recoil was a different guy than the one who was tormenting me earlier. You know, it's cool to know that there were people out there who grew up with, like... Bro. Oh my god, he followed me down here! Okay, he grew up with, like, King of Swing and Jungle Climber because... Really, nobody talks about those games. Even like, big Donkey Kong fans barely talk about those games. Even me had not played them until 2018, right after I played this game for the first time. Now you may think, why not? To quote K. Rool from the TV show. Well, I didn't play King of Swing, because like I said earlier, I did not grow up with the GBA. And so once I got like a DS, I caught up on some GBA games. But, you know, I was pretty inconsistent with it. Like, there were just basically a few that I ended up playing, like Superstar Saga and the GBA version of Donkey Kong Country 3 and just a few other things, but I kind of just moved on. There's just a bunch of GBA games that came out that I just never ended up playing. And to some extent, I'm still playing catch-up there. Like, I play a lot of the ones that Nintendo adds to the Switch. Some of them are really long, though, so I, you know, like the Fire Emblem games, I've played through the first one. Copter! And I actually started Sacred Stones, but, at a long time ago, I actually started Sacred Stones, but never finished it. So I want to go back and play that someday. I did end up getting Golden Sun, which is what I talked about earlier, because everyone hypes the shit out of Golden Sun, and I didn't like it that much. It was okay. But I didn't love it. Oh my god, Copter! He's dead! You can't just, like, jump on him infinitely in this game. What's the point of his helmet? And I never played Jungle Climber because, you know, I had never played King of Swing, and, you know, I thought maybe I needed to play the first one to appreciate Jungle Climber or something. These guys just hit the ground and they die. And it was always something like, I'll get around to it someday. But I just didn't ever. Now, believe it or not, there was a time in my life where, like, you think, well, as soon as I possibly could, as soon as I could get my hands on them, or emulate them or whatever I had the opportunity to do, I would want to play every single game that K. Rool had ever been in. But that wasn't necessarily the case, because not only was there a time in my life, you know, roughly the entire time I was in college and a little bit afterwards, where video games just kind of took a lower priority for me. Video games and talking about video games and video game fandom and stuff. And you know, by the time I really kind of got back into it, like, there was just more stuff to care about and concern myself with than necessarily, like, going back to older games I had missed. So yeah, I just didn't kind of get around to it in my life until 8 years ago, which is a long time ago now, but... That level was very annoying. I don't know, it took me forever. Yeah, that the Fire Emblem thing was very questionable. I don't know why they would do that. Like, I mean, I get encouraging people to buy it because, like, oh, it could be, you know, I gotta buy it while I have the chance. And, like, I still think it's dumb, but I can see them doing that with stuff like the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. But doing that, like, with the whole game, that this is, like, the only way you can play it, at least in English, is... I don't know. I feel like that would probably have a longer tail if they had let it keep being available for purchase instead of just, like, the 1 year. Do I need to go up again? Down? Which direction am I going here? Okay, it's down. Deep reef grief. Oh, goodness. This game does not have a Donkey Kong Country 3's, like, quality of life thing where you can just go save from anywhere. Like, you have to make it to Wrinkly again, old school style, so... I'm glad that the final boss of Jungle Climber is tied so deeply to me in your heart, even though you weren't... Most people here weren't around to see me actually do that. But, you know, you'll see my historical reenactment whenever we get there in some number of months. I feel like they've got to do some kind of finale event for the Emerald Rush things. Zebra seems such a strange one to end it on. I feel like they wouldn't save the Zebra event for last. My personal guess is that the last event will be Candy and Funky. That just seems like a good one to end it on. As much as I pine after the ending it with the literally huge K-Lumsy statue, I don't think that, you know... I think ending it with Candy and Funky seems more likely, which means that we might get one more that's not those two, and I don't know who it would be. Or a DK Jr. and Jumpman, I could see that too. Stanley the Bugman statue. I would love to see Squitter paired with the zebra, even though that doesn't... Where's this coin at? I got all the stars! Where do you put this stupid shit? Yeah, cause the feast layer, because we've been feasting with all of this Donkey Kong content. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily make sense to have Squitter paired with the zebra, but then again, no animal buddy really fits perfectly. Unless they went with the background zebra from Returns, so... Squitter's kind of got those, like, stripy patterns on him, you know? There it is. Okay, sure. It's over there. Professor Chops, the grand finale. Yo, Clubba, 2026 Clubba, let me tell ya, if the critters themselves got more buff, I can't even imagine what Clubba would be looking like. And talk about infinite squirting, let me just tell you, 2026 Clubba, that'll get people to buy the game just to get that statue. They really need to get on it. Well, rip. This is true, that's a good point with Unguard. Maybe Wrinkly and the zebra, because life comes at you fast, and so does death. We already have Wrinkly, but, it could be living Wrinkly, I guess. Oh, Winky. Sorry, I read that as Wrinkly. I was like, I guess we could get another Wrinkly statue. Sure. I could see it being Winky. Because then you'd have all the DKC1 buddies represented. Who will get snubbed? Winky as the DKC1 buddy representation, or Kitty as the playable Kong representation, who is not a statue? Maybe both of them. This level is called Deep Reef Grief, which is what DK felt when he realized that Wrinkly didn't have much time left. This level is giving me a lot of grief. I don't know, like, okay. The only thing against Kitty, and, you know, this is something that multiple people have brought up, but, like, the thing that makes Kitty difficult to deal with is that time has passed in the Donkey Kong series. Tiny has grown up, Wrinkly has died, so we know that Kitty must also look a little different these days. He's no longer a toddler. He has graduated from, like, babyhood to childhood, at least, so they would have to, like, if they put him in an actual game or something, they would have to give him a new design. But in the case of it being just, like, a statue that represents a moment in time, like, yeah, they did use modern Tiny and dead Wrinkly, but if they were just like, oh, here's a statue of Kitty as he was in DKC3, they could do that. So, I don't know, I think it's kind of sad to just reference him so little, being that he's the only, I believe, the only Kong who's ever been playable at all, who's not referenced in Bonanza directly whatsoever. And presuming that we do get a funky statue, he would be the only one that doesn't have a statue. God, this level's so long! I want to beat this before, like, the next break. Sheesh. I mean, yeah, I guess Kitty's biggest reference in Bonanza is the, like, skipping thing that's so hard that I can't even do it right, so, like, no one's just gonna casually find that. Sorry, the chat moves too fast once Traveler gets here. I'm sorry if I missed anything. I don't think Kitty was in the Mario movie. I know people say that, like, one of the Kongs driving a cart looked like him. I don't think that was him, though. I think that's just a coincidence. Like, Chunky was in the movie. Like, obviously that was Chunky. He doesn't say anything, but it's literally Chunky, like, you know, it's him. Wearing the clothes and everything. But if it is indeed supposed to be Kitty just in, like, some random, like, he's not given any focus, I don't think it's him. I mean, maybe it was, but if it was, it's not nearly as indisputable as, like, oh, that's Chunky, that's Swanky, obviously that's Diddy and Dixie, you know? So if it was him, that's one of those things you'd kind of have to, like, was he or wasn't he? But... oh. At least I found both the bonuses, I think. Not the free-floating coin, though. Maybe the, like, bodyguard Kong who drives them while Swanky, and, you know, like, kills Swanky, essentially. Maybe that is Kiddy Kong grown up. I could see him growing up into that guy, like, unironically. I could see that guy just being a grown-up kitty design, kinda, you know, he's wearing blue. Maybe he wanted to get revenge on Swanky for having to do his stupid bonus game that he didn't like. I like Swanky's bonus game. Maybe Kitty didn't, though. He has, like, traumatic childhood memories associated with it. It's like, I really need some extra lives, and this is the only thing to do, you know? Gotta go play Swanky's bonus Bonanza again. I don't think it's called that. What's it called in this game? It's just like Swanky's Sideshow, right? It's like Swanky's Sideshow. The Bonanza is the quiz. Ah! Swanky's bonus Bonanza was called that because, much like Donkey Kong Bonanza, the more you know about Donkey Kong lore, the more rewarding it is. Oh, okay. I feel like I beat this game originally when I played it in, like, I don't think I did it in one session, but maybe I did, but, like, maybe two. I had such a higher tolerance back then, I guess, for... Kitty, what are you doing? Like, I know I was like a full-time streamer at the time, but... I can't play a game like this for longer than like 3 hours or so. Games for the Game Boy were not meant to be looked at for that long, I feel. %. Yeah, so we certainly... I'm done. Like, I don't think I can play anymore today. Partially due to I'm got something to do this evening, but partially just because, like, I've had enough. But I feel like we got a whole lot further in this session than we did in one session of Donkey Kong Land 2. Now, I don't think we'll beat it in our next session, because I imagine it's going to get harder as we go on, and as well as we have to go back and find the bonuses that we missed and stuff, so I'd say probably 2 more sessions for this game. And I think it's, you know, we will have to wait until next Saturday, because we got the Bonanza party on Friday, and I gotta do the LE event also at some point during the week, so I wouldn't be opposed to just playing more of this during the week, but I just don't think we'll have a chance this week, so next Saturday, I'll keep going. I did not play the Japan-only version, no. I was talking earlier about thinking about doing that ROM hack for this, where they combine, like, that coloration with the English version of the game, but, you know, in the interest of authenticity, I always like to play my original carts for these, so I'm playing my cartridge, and, you know, the only reason I ended up having to swap off of my cartridge from Donkey Kong Land 2 and play it on the Switch is because it wouldn't hold a save, so... Although Victor does want to replace the battery, so it will be able to hold the save again eventually. But maybe he wouldn't bother doing that anyway until I'm about to play it again, which I don't know when I'm going to play Donkey Kong Land 2 again, but maybe at some point in my life. Yeah, anyway. It's been fun, and... Let's see if anyone else is streaming right now. Bonanza birthday party on Friday. Come hang out, come celebrate Donkey Kong Bonanza. We're just gonna be mostly chillin' while I grind for some chips and maybe try to get some of the discs that I don't have yet and that kind of thing. We're gradually gonna be working towards the full completion of the game. Oh, look, it's becoming night. That's so cool. Look at the cabin is like... You can... Oh my god, this is awesome. This is neat. I wonder if I start playing again, does it, like, revert? No, it stays like this, and, oh, the stars come out and everything. Oh, this is cool. You know what? I think next time I'll just leave this on, and when I go on my pause break, I'll just let this happen naturally, and we can play the night mode. Yeah, I think all of the backgrounds do some kind of changing like this, like the cat one, the cats get up and leave. Which is kind of sad. It's like, hey, I wanted to see the cats come back. Wow, Skella's playing Kingdom Hearts 2, a level 1 challenge. Alright, we'll go say hi to Skella. And I will see you all... I don't know about Tuesday. I know if Victor wants to do Tiny Tuesday again, I might play that instead, but maybe... I don't know when. I ducked out of my normal Wednesday thing this past Wednesday, so I don't want to do that again, and Thursday I probably don't want to skip out on my real-life social events either, so maybe I won't get to the elephant event in advance until like, the weekend. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Kind of depends on, you know, maybe I can squeeze it in somewhere. I wish it was on Monday, because I could play Monday, but the event doesn't happen until Tuesday, I think, so unfortunately I have to wait. Anyway, see you soon.